Right.
But
So,
it wasn't okay.
David,
Sorry.
please.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. Carry on.
Last time, Tulip got laid.
Mm.
Yay.
You went around doing
Wow.
a bit more investigation, infiltrated the main temple, and found yourself after some shenanigans in Mother Argyle's room with a weird thing.
Yeah.
And I present to you Mother
Weird thing.
Argyle's room. I have
With a
with a weird
globule
thing.
in the bed.
Yes.
Yes.
I have made
That's a very.
assumptions on where you are standing. Feel free to rearrange.
This is a very plush-looking bed and a interesting motif for the carpet with eyes and shit.
Don't pay too much attention to the motif. I picked a red one to go with the rest of the furniture.
And the smell.
And the smell.
I think some of us were probably beside the bed at one point. At the end of last session, we did just, tug the blanket off.
Mm.
Is that a trunk over there? I'm assuming.
That is a it's can't remember what the name of the asset was in the thing, but it's like where you kneel to pray.
Oh, an
So,
altar?
like an altar, but
Like a
it's
small one?
yeah. So the red bit's cushioned, so you don't wreck your knees.
Oh, I see.
Just here, and you rest your elbows on
Got
the top bit or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, got it. So yeah, we were looking at this naked abomination thing.
Yes.
That is essentially a literal broken record.
Yes.
Um, with lots of action phrases.
It's got a pull string in the back as well to make it
Yes,
talk.
yes.
Fully actuated.
There's
Yeah.
a snake in my boot.
Oh,
It doesn't have boots. It's naked.
well, we can.
It says it anyway.
Right. What were we actually doing with it? Is the question. Were we?
I
Right. We were
believe.
trying to identify. I think we were trying to identify it.
Yes, I believe the vague plan was investigation of it and the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hairless?
Mostly.
I was gonna say, if we want a relatively non-invasive way of acquiring a sample from it, we could pluck a hair.
Mm.
It doesn't seem too aware of your presence or what's going on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a difference between us being in the same room as it and us like sticking it with a dagger so that we can get like a blood sample or something like that.
You
It
could
might
just nick
have
it.
some sort of much more negative reaction to that, or it
Mm.
might trigger some sort of alarm or something. Whereas plucking a hair probably won't do those things.
Fair enough.
Because I know there was a talk about Chris, true name Scrying or whatever.
He is gonna look vaguely grossed out by this thing and is instead going to kind of skirt around and look around for any other clues of what might have happened
Sure.
to the good mother. Is his chest locked?
Very.
Very locked. Okay.
It has what look like two very well made locks on the front of it.
Two
Be
locks.
sure it's not quite locked.
Very locked.
Oh god. Um, this cupboard. Are there any boots in there that we can maybe put onto this thing?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
There are robes and shoes, but no boots.
Sure.
Why are
I'm
we
a-
playing dress up with it?
To
I'm
cover
I
its
am
shame.
making a joke. I am making a joke while I'm investigating. I'm assuming I don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary,
The robe. Well, even do me a
like
perception.
bloodstains.
Do
Okay.
me a perception. Let's see how you do.
bloodstains and stuff?
No bloodstains. It all seems used, but clean, very clean. Like they've clearly been worn in the past. They're not like brand spanking
Okay.
new.
Sure. Okay. In the meantime, while other people can do stuff, B is gonna look around the vanity and then the desk to see stuff.
Sure.
If anything unusual is there.
What?
Zigga's
Go on.
Zigga's gonna take the bookshelf to the desk over here.
Sure. Is anyone else looking at anything else?
Hmm.
Tulip's just gonna stand guard by the door. Assuming that is the door.
I guess I'll go have a look at the diary-ish thing over here.
Sure.
I think that looks like a diary or something like that.
It's actually a book of scripture.
Oh, ruh-roh.
Oh,
That's
fun.
not a thing I know a huge amount about.
Zigger, perception?
What is my perception? Okay, +5. Okay. Guess it's
Okay.
gonna be one of those days.
It is. It's mostly the kind of stuff you would expect of church officials. It's treaties on scriptures and interpretations. The odd smattering of medical stuff, actually, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
Okay.
I get the feeling we're investigating the wrong spots for our characters. Because the way I would organize is this, and then this.
Hey, look, if you want to rearrange, you're free to. That's fine.
I mean, we only
Well, I
discovered
guess-
it after the
Yeah.
fact.
I guess Zigga can take a look at the double lock chest and see if it's
Yes.
within his capabilities to pick.
Let's all go change places.
Musical chairs.
Wait, where are we going? I'm sorry.
Everyone
I
just
like-
picked the wrong place to look for what they're good at looking at, so
Oh,
everyone's
no.
rotating.
No,
Tulip,
I
could,
need to be-
you're keeping watch, right, at the door?
Yes.
Could you roll me a perception, please?
No.
No.
1. Oh, there's no one there.
Listen, I'm flustered, okay? Don't fuck me on this, please. God damn it.
Looks fine, sounds fine, smells fine. If you lick the
Mhm.
door, it probably tastes fine.
Mhm.
That's fucking weird.
But how are the vibes?
Not chill. You've stolen yourselves into this room where you aren't supposed to be, and there's an abomination in the bed. But also not emergency stations.
Just regular rotating stations.
Regular, yeah, normal stuff.
Okay. I'm
Oh.
going to take a look at these books now.
Okay.
Dululu. I will do, I guess, perception?
Yes,
Question mark? I
please.
don't know. Da-da-da-da. Wow.
You see, actually,
Wow.
much the same as Zigga did, even with not a critical failure. It's mostly religious texts and interpretations, and the odd bit of medical stuff, mostly regarding pregnancy, childbirth, and infant care, which shouldn't really be surprising, I think.
Hmm.
Is rolling a 1 on a skill check a crit fail?
Yes.
Or is it... Okay.
That may not have a different effect to a normal failure, but there are critical failures for these things.
I wonder, can I savant this shit and check out the books?
You can try.
It's gonna be like a 1. Like a book's just gonna fly into my brain and like
A
Tulip fucking die. God
21.
damn it, are you serious?
Savant.
Well, that's better.
Fucking read.
Yeah, read.
One of the books catches your eye. And
Like physically?
yeah, in the corner of it, just penetrates your eye. No. It is a book about neonatal deformities and stuff like that.
Okay.
It
Also,
Okay.
thanks, Brett, for making me like almost drown in my own fucking drink.
Sorry.
It made me laugh while I was
Cool.
taking a sip of my drink.
Maybe you shouldn't have been drinking when you were so prone to being joked about.
Okay, hey, joked about.
Oh!
I mean, it was your eye at stake there.
Got fucking sassed to death.
Wow.
I did nothing wrong. Fine, I guess if I
a
pick up the
terrible day
book,
to
is
have eyes.
anything unusual about it?
It's not typically the kind of content one would leave lying around in an open public-facing bookcase.
Does it have any, like, folded pages, missing pages, bookmarks, anything?
Quite a few, but most of the books do.
Tulip's gonna show the book to Chris.
Okay, I will read the book.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of congenital defects described in hideous detail, and how best to treat infants and childbearing mothers with in relation to those issues.
Huh.
Well, this is gross, but I don't know if it's helpful.
It's weird that it's there, and now we have a fetus monster just chilling.
Chris
in
is gonna
bed?
like walk over to the bed and like page through the book and see if this thing looks like any of the weird ass deformities in it.
Do me something relevant.
This thing is not
Medicine?
fetus-esque, right? Like it does look vaguely like an androgynous human adult, right?
It's adult-sized. It is not necessarily adult-proportioned.
Right.
Its head is very
So-
big in comparison to its body. Its limbs are very thin and long, which isn't really neonatal, but
It's kind of Orphan of Kos, isn't it?
a little bit, yeah.
So medicine roll?
Medicine would be the most relevant skill, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it probably fits the description of 2 or 3 of the things that have been bookmarked, plus like another 4 or 5 that haven't been described by humankind.
Cool. Love it.
Or you just haven't found the page for yet. Yeah. So it's a big book.
Speaking of humankind, and this is not necessarily relevant to the current situation, but does the book discuss only human maladies, or is it discuss like other races as well?
Most of what it discusses is humanoid race agnostic,
Oh, okay.
because most humanoids would be susceptible to similar kinds of issues, but there are chapters for specific race or racial things.
Can I try to medicine it? I don't know why, but I have a +4 on medicine.
Yeah?
Like, I'll fuck it up, but, you know.
22.
Go for it.
Alright, let's speed walk on over here.
Hmm.
There we go. And is it fucked?
Oh my
oh
god,
my
I
God.
called it!
Literally 22.
Oh, that's spooky.
1 in 20. So you're not really referencing the book, you're mostly just looking at the guy, I think.
Correct.
You're fairly sure it's blind. And you're fairly sure it's mostly human-ish, kind of, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell, but it doesn't look dwarf.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
Does this resemble any of the transmutated folks we ran into earlier in this journey? Does it look like something that was like somebody was trying to turn it into something else or form it from scratch and they just really fucked up?
It's possible. You could believe it. I mean, it got this way somehow. You don't get the feeling that this is a natural thing.
So are we just dealing with like a church that is like, man, fuck normal races, let's make them better, except now they're gross flesh monsters?
Well, no, I mean, like we kind of, I mean, at least I did anyway. I don't know about everybody else, but I got the impression that the rest of the church does not know that this is here. Like this is a really, really recent occurrence, and the guardsmen at least don't know that this is here.
I mean, I wouldn't imagine that they would. They're like kind of trashed here in terms of the rest of the church. If Mother Argyle, like I assume that she has to know. So maybe it's not absurd to think that the higher ups know, and the rest of the church is like. Mm.
I was gonna say either Mother Argyle's in on this, or Mother Argyle's been replaced
Kidnapped.
by this.
Or that is Mother Argyle.
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no. That
It's-
that would be weird.
I suspect there's some foul play here, just because if the church wanted to pull Mother Argyle away from anything else, they could just say so. Like,
yeah,
they could
this
do it
is-
normally
this is
without
a lot of baby-related
doing
nonsense
this.
too.
Yeah, so I suspect it's it's a third party. Maybe even the weird guy with the mask.
Umbilical cord, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's all vaguely connected in a conspiracy theory sort of way. So that's where my money is on right now.
Zigga, have you messed with this chest yet?
I'm in the process of it,
Cool.
but I'm currently in stasis at the moment.
Yes.
Zigga enjoys messing with chests.
What would Zigga like to do with this chest?
Well,
A two-pronged
Fondle.
attack.
Yeah. There's two locks, right?
There are two locks.
Yeah, so I mean, like, basically, just looking at it initially, does it look like it's within my capabilities?
What is your thievery modifier?
8.
Roll me thievery to figure it out.
I was gonna say I was gonna roll another 1, and then I was gonna have it take care of it.
You rolled 2 ones actually.
You are fairly sure that you would break these locks before you would pick them.
Okay, that was the impression that I was getting. Are they combination locks, or are they key?
They are keyed locks.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna begin searching the room for keys.
Like tulip nut break. Sad face.
If they're that fancy, they might also be enchanted.
I mean,
we can figure that out pretty quickly, but
yeah, I can test that theory real quick if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can I
check
just-
the room for keys.
roll the identify monster thing on this?
Yes, you can. Zigga, you can perceive the keys. If you would like to try.
Okay.
Do I roll a cult for that? What am I rolling for
Um,
identifying this bizarre fucking thing?
Occult or religion or medicine, maybe. Whichever you feel would be best.
I mean, it's fucking bizarre. I think a cult probably fits. Well, that'll do.
Sure. Okay. Ziggy, you find one key in the vanity in one of the drawers. It's not particularly well hidden.
Alright, I'll get one of the locks off potentially.
Creature identification. Okay, sure. This thing is entirely unfamiliar to you, but you're fairly sure it's some form of aberration.
Oh,
Which
okay.
probably isn't that surprising.
Yeah, what does that actually mean? Like, what a...
Normally, it has been in some way magically mutated from some other creature.
Right, okay.
I believe. Creatures from beyond the planes or corruptions of the natural order would be the...
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like creatures that don't belong in this plane, or not plane, but like existence.
Yeah, the system of
And-
planes.
Yeah.
Would there be a way to tell how old it is?
On
I'm not sure if we have a good frame of reference.
Yeah, what frame of reference would you be using for that?
I don't know. I'm just worried that this is the little boy that was all stabby, like transmutated.
no.
Oh,
Mm.
Jesus, that
They
I
switched.
hadn't thought of that.
They
That
stretch
would
the
be
moon by,
bad.
like, feet.
That would be awful, and I would cry.
Oh no.
You can try and figure that out if you can tell me how you would try and figure that out.
Let's see. How would you tell? In this case, especially, maybe like saying certain words close to it to see if that triggers anything. Like,
The name of his mother?
yeah, something like that.
Fuck, you're gonna ask me what the name of his mother was now, aren't you?
I mean,
We can blank it out. Say, Tulip says the name of the boy's mother.
here, let me call your mother's name. Redacted.
Redacted.
His mother is actually named
Redacted. Redacted.
I think it may have been Clarissa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Clarissa.
Clarissa explains
Okay.
it all. That's right. That was the meme.
Yes.
She didn't explain anything. She died before we even met her.
She explained more than most men ever could.
What?
What?
That meme has sailed straight by me. I don't.
Ugh.
Is that
It
a
was
reference to something?
Yes, there was an old Nickelodeon show called Clarissa Explains It All.
No, I got that.
Oh.
I got that part. It's just the part about she explained more than any man could, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her name was Clarissa. She explained everything.
That
Which
was
is-
mostly just me being dramatic.
She died before we even met her.
I don't think we're talking about this iteration of Clarissa specifically.
So are you gonna try and get to this being that way?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Let's have beans. This is I forgot to put it into its own tab. What is the thing? In your own time, Path Builder. Could you give me a diplomacy check?
Really?
Probably.
Oh,
A
beans.
Diplo?
Okay.
You get back from it the same phrase as it was parroting before.
Which was?
It's fine, and how do you think I feel, or something like that. Words to that effect.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And
What was
that
the kid's name?
that voice is very strange coming out of that mouth. It doesn't fit at all.
What does the voice sound like? Is it feminine?
Yeah,
like you would
it's-
expect Mother Argyle to?
It's feminine and fairly light and very tired sounding.
Like a mother.
Yeah, funnily enough. Coming out of this weird fetal fishman
Thing.
abomination.
This thing. Yes.
Fishman abomination.
It's not a fishman.
You
It's not a
bitch.
fishman abomination.
Ooh, Tom.
I was
You
trying
made
to
the connection. Spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. I was just trying to think of some way of describing it, and it came out. Don't think too far into that one.
Oh, I've already thought all the way down the rabbit hole, Tom.
Ah, shit. Now I'm going to have to retcon
Well-
everything.
Yeah, you've broken the campaign.
Yeah.
We're dead.
Okay,
Rocks fall, everybody dies. Moving on to the next one.
What if we call Mother Argyle's name? Is there any response?
Same
Or is
again.
that another diplomacy check? What was the kid's name?
Ben?
Oh,
I
right. You're
think
right.
so.
Yeah, Ben drowned another meme. Okay. Can we call Ben's name?
Same responses.
If it is the boy, they did a very good job.
I hate this.
Well, I mean, it looks pretty deformed, so that didn't suggest they didn't do a very good job. So it's probably not Ben. Maybe.
Or it is Ben. They did a really bad job.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
We still
They
have
screwed everything up.
the little what's the word for it? The sewing thing.
The
The
all.
all.
The all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm carrying it around.
Clarissa explains the all.
Okay, that needs to be the name of this episode.
Okay, if I remember. I've got a backlog to upload right now.
What?
of Clarissa
Oh, I
explains
see.
it all. Is yeah.
So what, Chris? If you show it to this thing,
If you stab it with it.
no.
I wasn't
B.
gonna stab it.
It is blind, you think.
Stab the eye.
Oh yeah.
Why is B choosing violence today? Jeez.
B is not choosing violence. B is
Beef.
reading scripture.
B choosing violence is not out of character.
That is
What
also
if
true.
What if we
B
like,
woke up and chose violence.
B tried to jump in a
Every
blender.
day.
Oh,
B did try to
self-violence,
jump in
I
a
see.
blender.
What if
B
we
was not aware it was a blender at the
What if
time.
we like poke this thing with it, like, or light on? I,
So you agree with me?
listen.
It looks quite moist. Close up.
Really, Tom?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mean all.
No, the creature.
Does it respond when the all touches it?
No, not at all. That
So,
wasn't
as
even
far as we
intentional,
can
but I'll take
tell-
credit.
So as far as we can tell, it's probably not Ben.
Well, it's probably insensate.
I
We
don't
have
think
no
there's
way of
any
determining whether it is the child.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It is most likely non-responsive.
I hate this. How about that chest? Do we want to take a look at it and see if it's got any enchantments on it? Does one of the magic folks in the room want to do anything about that?
Well, the last I heard, I just found one of the two keys, and I attempted to try the chest.
It does, in fact, open one of the locks.
Okay. Does it open the other lock?
Yeah.
No.
That would be.
Examining the other lock, does it look like it has some sort of really unusual key mechanism, or like, does it look like the key might look really unusual, or does it look like it would just be a standard key?
Standard key, probably the same manufacturer as the one that you're holding, just a different key.
Gotcha. And we already examined the body, correct?
Well,
You already examined what, sorry?
The body.
The body?
Yeah.
the abomination.
The abomination? I
Yeah.
mean, you haven't frisked it, you haven't cavity checked it or anything, but...
Well, Zigga's gonna start trying to do that. And not like.
Cavity
Actually,
check.
does it even have orifices
It ha-
beyond the facial ones?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so like putting some PPE on, improvising PPE.
Pulling
Zigga's gonna be
pulling
getting-
on your leather gloves and trying to remember to wash them later.
Yeah. I'm gonna start like examining the mouth.
Sure. The inside has teeth, and the teeth are very pointy, but it does not try to bite you.
Okay. Looking inside the mouth though, can I find a key or anything like that? And also, is there any other orifices on the face other than the mouth? Like, does it have ears?
It has ear holes, and it has nostrils.
Okay.
Voldemort.
Yes. But you very much doubt it would be feasible to store a key in them, because they're quite small
Okay.
in comparison.
And nothing in the mouth.
Nothing in the mouth. Sharp teeth and a very limp tongue.
And it just to remind myself, it's not actually using its mouth to speak, correct?
It is.
Oh, it is. It is actually uttering noises from its mouth when it says those phrases over and over again.
Yes.
It just
Okay.
has an imported voice pack.
Okay. Okay, and then physically moving it, does it have anything underneath it?
Moisture.
So like the bed is damp, like when you get like cold sweats or whatever.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a bit more viscous than sweat though.
Oh god, is it
Yeah.
amniotic fluid?
Do you have any way to check that?
Taste?
Medicine check.
Taste.
Probably smell, actually. If we all grew up like near farms and everything, then
Oh, that's lore farming.
Law farming. Go, go, go.
Motherfucker.
It all comes around.
Oh,
Cusco
no.
meme, it's all coming together.
Everything comes back to lore farming in the end.
oh no, I don't know if
Everything's
we're
coming
doing
up farming.
It. I don't know if we're doing it for real, but I'm rolling it just
Yeah,
for
yeah,
fun.
yeah. We're doing it for real.
No, please.
Is anyone else gonna law farming the smell of this creature?
Sure, maybe subconsciously. Because right now she's focused on, the bee is focused on reading.
I don't have law farming.
That's unfortunate.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, you know what? It is somewhat familiar to both of you. B gets a little more. It's familiar and not good smelling. Like that kind of smell would be associated with a failed lambing.
Like a
So
stillbirth
this
kind of thing?
Okay.
Maybe yes.
So this thing presumably was aborted or miscarried.
I mean, I feel like it wasn't born naturally in either case.
Does it have a spot on its stomach where it looks like there could have been an umbilical cord?
Yes.
Is there still an umbilical cord? Does it lead out somewhere?
No, but if you're looking there, do me a perception.
Just anybody that's looking?
Anybody that's looking.
Alright. Speed walk back on over, sure.
Tulip goes over
The
to the door, does an
umbilical cord.
aha moment, and turns around.
Pacing around the room.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh.
Perception.
Oh!
Uh-oh. This sounds like I can't do any better. I did not.
Is B gonna look?
B is reading scripture.
Cool.
Man, B is really invested in that scripture.
B doesn't want to look at the abomination.
Yes, B is decidedly looking away from the abomination.
It does not have an umbilical cord coming out of its navel, but its navel does have some strange marks around it, like radially.
Okay. What do they look like?
They look like hickeys.
The Naruto curse seal.
Hickeys.
Hickeys, yeah. Something Tulip has recently become intimately familiar with.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
listen, we're being detectives now, not kink shaming Tulip.
Can't
Why
we do
not?
both?
No,
Porque
Chris.
no los dos.
Chris.
What did Chris do? Chris
just keep-
didn't say anything.
Mhm.
That was pure
Does it-
David.
That was just me.
Is it like multiple smaller hickeys, or is it like one big ring of hickey?
It's one big hickey ring.
So it might have had something that was like sucking on its belly button. That's some kind of kink I'm sure people have.
No.
Just
I'm not allowing it.
getting the fluff out, you know.
Oh my god, Amber's such a militant person with this. I'm not allowing it.
Listen, you guys have been kink shaming me. I'm kink shaming people sucking out of umbilical cords, alright? I feel like that's a fair exchange.
Has anyone really been kink shaming consensual sex in a religious building?
I mean, you've been making fun
The
of me.
Pope.
Look, if you think the Pope has never gotten it in office,
Literally in office, or while
there
he
is
was in-
literally a Wikipedia page list of sexually active popes.
Oh, interesting.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna explore that right now, but interesting.
So, okay, so this thing is missing an umbilical cord, presumably.
Most
We've
people are.
seen- Anyway.
That's true.
Anyway, and we've had this masked figure chasing after us like for days now.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that would go that way. We've had the masked figure chasing.
Yep. Sorry.
I am paying attention.
What are the chances that the masked figure actually is Mother Argyle?
Hmm.
Um,
'Cause-
no
Potentially,
idea.
I
Well,
could potentially
'cause-
see that actually.
Yeah, think about it. The church already is like up in our business, right? Like they already want us to fuck off and everything. We show up here and shit just immediately decides to like implode and everything. This masked figure apparently knows us and is like either fucking with us or chasing us. Why? We don't know, but fucker threw an umbilical cord in our face. So
This
like,
doesn't really.
Oh, just splat.
This doesn't really seem like the
Squelch.
church's MO. Honestly, I feel like the way they're treating us has something to do with the Flaxfield massacre. And the fact that we survived it, like directly, like right up to the edge of the, like I can smell it on us or whatever. I feel like this is some sort of cult around the um, around the creature, the mortifer.
I would probably agree, but I would say that it's still technically possible for it to be a Mother Argyle. She could just be undercover in the church and part of that cult instead. It's a long shot, but I think it's a possibility. Because she could, if that's kind of the what that cult focuses on, it could be that she is trying to influence people through the church, like with like a position in the church. Because she is still in the church. She is actually a someone who people go to for childbirth and that kind of stuff and blessings.
So, what are the odds that guards are gonna come running into this room and see us standing over an abomination where their beloved mother should be?
Perception
Well,
check, please.
in character, they just recently checked, like less than probably 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
pretty good estimate.
It's unlikely that they're going to come back unless we make a lot of noise
Mm.
anytime soon.
The door isn't actively opening, and you can't hear anyone walking around too nearby. There's a bit of distant bustle, but that's always been there.
Right.
Well,
May I? Oh, sorry, go on.
oh no, I was just gonna say, well, go for it.
May I read scripture?
You may.
And I am specifically looking. So I'm assuming, is this, first of all, is the, like, if I look at the front cover, like, is it a normally distributed piece of scripture, like a standard one?
It is a standard set of scriptures. It is one that has been specifically printed for church officials.
I see.
So it's a bit of a fancier printing, but the contents is familiar.
Sure. Would there be by any chance, a section that may relate to children and that kind of thing? I have not read any scripture in real life, so I have no idea what might be in.
Yeah, there's probably a few passages you could call up.
Sure.
With your knowledge of religion.
Sure. So I would like to make a religion check to see if any of the content of that seems altered from
Sure.
what she thinks it would be.
Sure, go for it. Well, you were really paying attention that day when you were listening to
Holy
your dad.
shit!
Um,
Antioch.
you flick through and find a few passages that you remember being related to motherhood and child rearing and stuff like that, and it all seems pretty as you remember it, give or take. Some of the specific wording might have changed between printings, but
Sure. Okay, so nothing nefarious for this printed one so far.
no.
As for the page that I was open to, assuming it was actually open,
Mhm.
not like as per the graphic, was that anything specific?
So that was open to a page of daily affirmations.
Okay, so
And one of the
typical.
affirmations on the page was for today.
I see. Okay. For to, like the day of the week or like the date, like
The
the
date.
specific date. Oh,
They're
does it have?
not very long affirmations. They're like 2 or 3 sentence passages.
Oh, I guess it's like a date, and they have like one for specific days of the year, I guess, and it repeats. Is that how I'm supposed to interpret that?
Yeah, it's not the literal actual
Not-
date with the
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
that
like
it
it's not a
is.
it's not a diary, right?
No, it's like on the 250th day of the year. This is your daily affirmation.
Right. Okay.
Kind of
Got it.
thing.
Sure. Okay. And I'm assuming there's nothing unusual about that page either.
No.
Okay.
Not all of the passages for the affirmations are entirely familiar, but you are a
Actually,
bit of a lapsed cleric in that you're not.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Right.
actually, is it open to today's date or is it open to yesterday's date?
They are both on that double page spread.
Unfortunate. I see where you're
Oh.
going with that,
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
though. Okay. So seems like she's gonna like lift up the book to see if there's anything underneath it by any chance, or like hidden in the pages. But if not, then she'll put it back down because it seems fairly innocuous.
Nothing noteworthy. There's
sure,
the
and
cloth
then-
underneath it for a bit of nice presentation, but apart from that,
Sure. If she saw Ziga, like even out of the corner of her eyes, rummaging around the vanity, she is gonna see if there are any like drawers here.
yes, there are.
Sure. If she can she open them, and if she does, what does she see?
She can. There are some candles and a candle like snuffer outer, you know, the little bell thing on the
Yeah,
stick.
yeah. Right.
Various small objects and instruments of worship. Nothing particularly occult looking or stabby or bloody or anything like that.
Or resembling any key shape?
No keys, I'm afraid.
No keys. Okay, unfortunate. Okay.
On the north side of the room, are those things windows?
They are tapestries.
Are there windows behind the tapestries?
That's a good question.
I feel like windows in an underground temple would be a little.
On an
than-
interior wall of the underground temple, no less.
I mean, we could check.
Well, I mean,
Sweet.
I didn't know it was an interior wall. I don't know. I don't even know the layout of the.
Oh,
Okay.
if Ziga mentions it at all, we will check this one.
Max sounded so unimpressed with us right there.
How do I? It's like that, isn't it? And then do I hit escape?
Is that blood?
What?
Perception
Where?
check.
What? What the shit?
Nope.
That might be blood.
Does it reek?
Oh yeah.
You make some sort of noise. Is this
is it,
so I want a reason to come and look at this?
Yes. B will make like a kind of a strangled sort of yelp, and take a step slightly back, but she's still like holding the tapestry up.
I
Is this-
too will look at this thing.
Yeah, that's
Is this
that's defo blood, and it's not just blood either. There's other fluids.
Is this the smell that's permeating the room?
Yeah, it smells quite a bit like it.
Well,
Oh, nasty. Okay,
What
well,
about the other tapestry? Is it just a blank wall behind it?
I will do that.
oh no.
We would have left without finding this.
Okay, Zigga
What
will,
even is this thing? What is this?
I don't know if B wants to know.
You know, it's just a flesh tube. No big deal.
Zigga's gonna fully draw back the tapestry.
Sure. I will reveal. Oh, that hid. Wrong one. Reveal.
And
You
Zigga
guys
has just been
swallowed by the
There you
void.
go.
Swallowed by the void.
Oh no.
Okay.
I did actually notice the two big black boxes behind the tapestries. I didn't comment on it though.
Well, you can't see that bit of the wall. There's a tapestry there.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Well,
Okay, well Zigga will be the brave one, and I'll fully draw back the tapestry on my side.
You're gonna struggle a bit because the kneeling bit is in the way, but you can
We just
Well,
Can we
maybe we'll
move
just
that?
throw the tapestry over the side of the kneeling bit.
just manage to
Yeah, that works.
wrangle it over. Sure.
probably
I'll
could just
reveal
pick the
that.
thing up and use it as an
what
anchor.
the fuck?
Oh, okay, I see where this
Oh,
is.
cool! The blood drain pipe.
You
No, this
see-
looks more like a birthing pod of some sort.
Please, can we not? Can we not call?
I'm going to go in, I guess. and look.
You can't quite easily squeeze past the big old heavy Neely boy.
Can I climb over the top of it?
Can I eat it?
Do me an athletics.
I
Kind of
swear to
picture
fuck.
it being like an
Do you-
ottoman type
Oh.
situation.
No, it goes up quite high, and the roof of this passage is quite low.
So
Do
is
you
it
in
like a
athletics, you say? Nah.
throne sort of thing?
It's probably about, I don't know, like 4 foot tall at the back, and then the roof of this passage is like 5 foot tall. So Chris is kind of trying to squeeze through a short window here.
Does Chris want to make a con save that badly?
Nope.
Um,
I want to get a look properly.
Tulip,
So it almost-
you reckon you could move it, but Chris is currently on top of it. Chris, you get about halfway through and you find yourself in a position where you can either stop or fall forward.
I guess I'll get off the stupid divan or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, alright.
I'm gonna
Try
go
and
back
move.
onto my incarnate file and fucking see what this thing is called because it's bugging me now.
It's a divan.
It's not a divan.
V is going to put some distance between her and the birthing chamber.
Oh, in the thing it's literally called a prayer bench. So I guess we'll go with that.
I mean, it's just the
Divan.
It's literally just the tuffet part of a pew. Like, it's not.
Do I have any idea what the fuck this is?
Fleshy looking.
I got that, but like,
Gross.
can I surmise any use for it, or is it literally just like flesh toilet? Like,
It's looking a little flesh toilet. Tulip, would you like to try again to move the thing?
Zigga will help.
little better.
Zigga is helping. Zigga will need also to do an athletics. Good enough. You managed to pivot it to the side a bit. The carpet is now thoroughly ruffled because it is very heavy for its size, this thing. It's solid wood.
Mm.
But you managed to get it to the side and can now get into the cavity.
Cool.
I feel like abscess is
I
more.
guess I'll go inside.
Okay. Would you
Does
like...
anything awful happen?
Not immediately. Your shoes get very sticky.
They are
Well,
ruined.
I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Is it magic?
It is kinda magic. But it's
Quite
like passive magic.
Mm.
One might
Like
say
the
quite
shrine
magical.
things?
Kind of like the shrine things, but only in that they aren't actively like doing something. It's not channeling energy.
Mm.
So I think I interrupted Mag.
Oh no, I was just making a callback. It's saying it's quite magical.
Oh,
Oh
fuck's
my
sake.
god, please.
Okay,
It's under magical.
Oh no.
Is it?
It is
like-
less magical than you would expect.
Do,
given
do
its-
I recognize this from any sort of like weird ass ritualistic nonsense, or is this like
Do me an occultism.
boop?
Oh, yeah, this is quite similar to how one might create something like a flesh golem.
Or even this thing?
Perhaps so, yes.
Well, that's fucking grim.
Could you perception for me, please?
Yes. Well, hopefully. Go gadget, not god awful roll. Yeah.
So in the back of the thing, coming out about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 foot off of the ground, you see what looks to be a kind of rubbery, ropey looking thing.
Oh, good.
There it
I
is.
wonder if that's an umbilical cord. Chris
Go
like
on, give it a
looks,
feel.
notices it, and it's like, I don't want to touch that. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will curse me or some nonsense.
Looking at the ground in this area, Does it look like the creature came out of here, walked over to the bed, and then fell down on it and slumped over?
Perception, please. And Chris, could you do me a fort save, please?
Yeah, I was about to say Chris is going to crawl out of here. Boop. Yes,
Oh, you're
I
fine.
fucking
You're
can.
fine. Yeah.
Iron stomach.
It doesn't look like this thing walked and flopped over. But there are some suspiciously clean patches on the floor.
Chris is going to like wipe his feet on the carpet where we're going to drag this thing back to. Hey,
Don't you
I
have
can't fucking leave
prestidigitation?
bloody footprints all the way out.
I forget.
So,
Don't
yeah,
you have prestidigitation? Or
Oh,
is
good
that
point. Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I'll get rid of all the blood with prestidigitation, even the bit that I just wiped into the carpet. I like the idea that B goes, "Can't you get rid of that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can actually."
She's gonna be holding. She's gonna be grimacing now at the smell. Now that she knows where it's coming from, and gives Chris a disgusted look as he starts rubbing it into the carpet.
Grabbing some sort of object from the room, some sort of long, thin object. I'm thinking like a rake or a broom, but I'll improvise whatever is available. Ziga is going to want to go inside the room and poke about the viscera.
Okay, what would be in this room that is of that dimension?
Chris sort of looks at what Zigger is doing and goes, I could mage hand it.
I'm not sure there realistically would be anything. Like, the closest thing you're gonna find is like a shoehorn.
The thing holding up the tapestry.
Well, a shoehorn's fine.
Yeah.
That
Just
would
shoehorn the shoehorn into the room.
You just want like
Some-
a foot of separation from it.
I don't want to touch it.
Sure.
But I do need to go through it because we're looking for the key, and I mean, that would be a good spot to hide a key from somebody that was too disgusted to go through it.
Sure.
Well,
While he's looking for this long pointy thing, can I like mage hand the umbilical cord out?
It's attached to the wall.
He like you see Chris like mutter the incantation. This mage hand appears, goes to grab this thing, and just sort of pulls it taut.
Yeah,
Before he grimaces and goes.
And
"Oh."
the bit of the wall where it's attached kind of flexes a little, and like extrudes just a touch before retracting back into position.
Chris like dispels the mage hand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that is so gross.
Yeah.
I actually just thought of two problems that we're having right now that could both be solved by Tulip. Because Tulip happens to have something that can cut the umbilical cord and a long stick-like object. Possession.
Fine.
Chris like gets out the way.
Is Zigger okay with this? Having had the precedent of having declared their action first?
I would prefer to engage with it, quote unquote, non-violently first.
Sure.
Because we don't know, like we don't know what will trigger them, and so I'm trying to like engage with it as little like violence as possible, because we don't know if they're like this place is set up to be alarmed if it's attacked or anything like that.
I
And
will be our beat.
yeah, I mean, I prefer to save that as a nuclear option.
Sure. Okay, so you're in there, right? You're
Go,
going.
Zigger, go.
Yeah, am I picturing like a bowl of soup, kind of?
It's more like a kind of ribby tube, like one might step into.
Don't do that.
Okay, the obvious illusion here being okay, all right. I think I understand what's taking place here. But I'm still going to proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna poke around the folds.
Yeah.
And try and find a key. Okay.
Well, actually, before I do anything, turn back to Chris and B, the two magically inclined people. And I said I was working under the assumption that this thing, and pointing to the creature, um, is a relatively recent occurrence in the church, and that the church doesn't have any knowledge of it. But this, and he gestures to the very clearly try to make this appropriate for the chat for the recording. Genital type
Oh
thing.
no, I wasn't going for a yonic description for what it's worth.
Yonic. I'm not familiar with that word.
Not phallic, the other one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
fair enough.
That's the impression that I was getting. Okay, so that's not what you're talking about.
No,
Then. Okay.
no.
Okay. Well then, yeah, but I mean, he gestures back to it, and he's like, could this have been created without the church's knowledge? I mean, this seems like something that would take weeks or months to create.
B is going to get a little closer with obvious reluctance. She's going to say, well, she's going to actually take a look at the wall that has that is serving as the entranceway here.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like it's been carved out? Are there any bricks that are like only half a brick there? Or like any other signs that this has been tampered with and not just constructed this way?
There are like half bricks sticking out where you would expect other bricks to be fit around it, but they aren't broken.
Okay,
I have a
so
question for the magic folks. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I'll finish one thought and then I'll so when you say it's not broken, how am I determining that? It's just it looks smooth, and
Literally none of the bricks making up the wall are broken.
I see, not even
So if you were to break through a wall with a sledgehammer, you would expect some of the bricks to break in half, right?
right. So, but I mean, like, is there a possibility that it was carved out in a very regular pattern by magic or something?
It's
Like,
possible.
So there are like half bricks where I might expect like a whole brick, in terms of the patterning.
More there are whole bricks jutting out with like a half brick length hanging in the air. If you see what I
Interesting.
mean.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
like a half collapsed Jenga tower, kind of.
Yeah. And so it's like this, almost. Not there. It's like here.
Tab.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, got it. All right. If you want to finish your thought, Amber.
I was just gonna ask, like, in this are common, yes?
Sorry, you cut out in the middle there.
Oh.
Not for me.
Oh, well, for me.
I was asking if, like, blood sacrifices are common for this sort of thing.
They're not common in the area. They're not part of the culture.
But are they common for flesh golem making? Easy bake oven? Like, is that a blood ritual or?
Would you like to roll a knowledge, occult, or perhaps religion?
Yeah, I would love to look fucking stupid. The heck with that.
If you voice it, we can...
I mean, it's blood. That would be blood. It makes sense that it could happen. Yeah.
It's just like if we just saw a kid kill his fucking mom. Like.
Yeah. I've put a thing in off topic for.
That was like
kind of what it looks
several weeks ago, Amber. God.
David, why do you have to hurt me?
I've done nothing to you. That was like 2 days ago.
No, but like IRL, it was yonks ago. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. Kids kill their mums all the time.
Yeah.
Why do you think the guard aren't bothered?
They don't remember. Whack shit going on, yo, like geez, tulip.
This is wiggity whack, is what this is.
Whack as
Oh, it's so whack. Wiggity wiggity whack.
oh my oh no.
uh,
He's flushed
I get-
all of her jive.
what? Oh no.
Oh no.
Jive as turkeys, so we're gonna die. Anyway.
So, I guess I'm gonna start poking at it with the shoehorn.
Sure.
And two things that I'm looking for. First of all, I'm looking for solids that are buried in the like liquidy mass.
That is
and
a
sec-
way to describe it. Sure.
Yeah. And second off, when I'm looking for solids, in addition to looking for the key, I'm also looking for signs of Mother Argyle, like the person, the actual person,
Remains.
Sure. Okay.
or any other humanoid.
And you're trying to do that as delicately as possible?
Yeah.
Could you roll
Sturdy.
me a thievery then, I think?
Okay.
Okay. Could you roll me a reflex save?
Am I gonna get acid reflexed? Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then a fortitude.
If I need to re-roll the reflex save, I can.
bleh,
Okay.
bleh.
So, you're poking around in the folds, and you're not really finding anything other than the structure of the thing and fluids around it. And then with one particular movement, there's like a spurt of something unspeakable, which you manage to just about dodge. Just. But by the end of your investigation, you are sickened one, because this is pretty fucking gross.
Sickening.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and step out since I definitely need a break.
Oh yeah.
Did I look like I was I even came close to definitively saying whether or not there was anything in there, or did I not make very much progress?
You made a fair amount of progress. It wasn't exhaustive by any means, but anything obvious you feel like you would have found.
Okay. So like a skull or something like
Yeah,
that,
that would have been pretty obvious to you.
or a key.
Or a key.
Mhm. I'm assuming that this fluid is mostly opaque or very close to it.
Mostly, yeah.
Got it. Okay, well, just a random question, I guess. The area around this part, does it look like it's been like I'm picturing it as sort of like almost like a broken placenta. Um, is that sort of an accurate description of that?
As far as I'm aware of what a placenta looks and acts like, yeah, fairly accurate.
Just kind of like a
Bit spongy and
like a-
fleshy.
yeah, like a bubble filled with liquid that popped open, like a zit.
Kinda, yeah.
Sure. And it has like I guess irregular edges, like it got ripped open, or does it have a pretty clear like rim almost?
It would be more irregular.
Irregular. Okay, so it's probably. I mean, it is kind of organic in nature, so it can't rule it out that it regrows, but it's probably single use. Is B's assumption. It is very unusual for it to be, and this is to kind of she's thinking about Ziga's question from earlier about like if this could have been done like without the church knowing. I mean the strike. I'm trying to go with the angle of like how the brick is around here because that seems like an unusual uh way for it to be left, like with pieces jutting out. I would expect that either it's broken into magically or physically, or it was built, and either way it would be probably smoother or more regular. This makes it feel like more that bricks were just taken out afterwards, which is kind of weird. Uh, I want. B wants to say that it would be unusual for this to go unnoticed for a long time, unless it was completely inactive before with no blood and scent like this.
So
Um,
recreating the idea of it being a flesh golem like entity. I don't know if B knows all of the mechanics of how to build a flesh golem and
Probably
everything.
not.
I'd imagine not, but the amount of time it takes. I mean, it is a quite like timely endeavor, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I'm just trying to picture like doesn't seem like something you could do quickly at all.
So what's
Um,
the? Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I rolled a 23 earlier on my in perception regarding the the floor. And so when Zigga steps out to catch his breath and everything like that, I'm going to specifically like more closely analyze those the cleaning of the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and see whether or not there was any imperfections. Now that I'm like looking at it specifically, of like cleaned area that was that where there was blood or something like that. Um, I'm
Wait.
pretty sure like the telltale signs of like cleaning up blood, you have to use certain chemicals and stuff like that. Whether or not I can smell those chemicals and all that kind of stuff. And if the clean spots look like footprints, um, and I'm specifically I don't know what the floor is. It's just stone.
Yes, fairly polished stone.
But like the rug will be harder to clean than the stone would be.
Are we meant
And
to be able
so
to see those rolls?
Yes.
I will add for Zigga, magic exists. I think the theory is fine up until you consider that, because I think we just proved with Chris that you can just clean it off by casting prestidigitation on a spot, essentially.
yeah, but I mean, it did look like it was manually cleaned based on the description I was given earlier.
I don't think so, because prestidigitation doesn't selectively clean of specific substances. If it's dirty, it would clean that entire area of stuff.
No, but what I'm saying is it doesn't sound like, based on the description I got earlier, that it was magically cleaned. Like that it was instead like manually cleaned with maybe a servant or something like that.
Was that your implication, Fish? I don't think I got that from when you described it.
I think my description was ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that's what I'm doing with Zigga.
Cool.
Do we happen to hear anything from?
You do hear some footsteps that do appear to be coming closer.
Ah, fuck.
What means?
You can't really pick up any like cleaning agents or leftover splotches on the floor, but it does go in pretty much a straight line from this hole in the wall to the bed. There are little, like, slightly lighter, slightly cleaner patches of like a little trail.
If there are footsteps coming closer, Chris is gonna look at everyone and be like, "Are we hiding in the thing?"
In the flesh cannon?
It shot it out of.
Yeah, it's just.
I like the feeling that this isn't the first time Tulip has described a birth canal as a flesh cannon.
She learned it from Chris, I'm sure.
How heavy is this tapestry?
Not, but it's also pretty flush against the wall.
I'm just wondering, like, could it support my weight?
Probably be a bump.
Probably. How? Keep going, I guess.
The reason I'm thinking is if it sounds like, or how much time does it seem like we have?
Maybe a minute before
Oh, okay. We
before
got
the
plenty of
footsteps
time.
reach the door.
Gotcha. So we got way more than like the 3 or 4 seconds that I thought we were gonna have, because I was gonna have like everybody else go inside the flesh cannon, and then Zigga was gonna like fix the bed and then go behind the tapestry and like literally cling to the carpeting.
There would be a bump.
Yeah, well, then less than literally standing out in the open.
There we go. We have a label.
Okay, so yeah, if we have a minute, then we have plenty of time though.
Yes.
Okay, so I will go ahead and fix the bed. Well, actually, again, do we want them to find it?
Probably not. 'Cause then they'll do a more exhaustive investigation, most likely. And if we're hiding in here when that happens, then
I
well.
mean, we could drag this thing to the door and just have it parrot the same phrases back and see if the guards will just fuck off without coming in.
That's too
the
much.
previous
That seems unlikely. I'm gonna go with the same pattern that they had, where they stick their head in the door, and hopefully that they're not looking around tremendously. Okay, so Ziga is going to recreate the scene that we came in on, and then usher everyone towards the flesh cannon.
maybe relock the one lock as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, so I'll relock the lock.
And
Okay.
then yeah.
Tulip has moved away from the flesh cannon.
Yes, she's. I don't know. I didn't see the label. I don't really know where Tulip should be at this point, because if we're about to get fisted, then there's not really a great
I think
spot.
we're probably trying to hide, if anything.
Is it better or worse to get fisted in the flesh cannon?
Tulip and Ziga need to be the last ones inside, so that way we can pull the thing back behind Anna.
We're gonna have to squeeze.
To the flesh cannon.
Okay.
Go on, y'all get in. Christopher, please.
Yeah.
Shit.
Athletics from
pull the-
Tulip and Zigga to pull it back where it is meant to be.
And keeping the rug in
Oh,
place.
okay. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got it back where it's supposed to be.
If we peek out the tapestry, is the rug flat?
No.
Oh.
He's gonna poke Chris.
with the shoehorn. Ziga's
Oh,
gonna use the shoehorn.
can I mage hand it flat?
Oh yeah,
You can mage hand it flat. And just as it's kind of slipping into place, there's a knock at the door. And a voice asks, "How are you feeling? Is everything okay?" And the thing parrots back, "How do you think I'm feeling?" And the guy's like, "Okay, well, we'll check again in half an hour or so." And it says, "That's fine. It's fine." And then the door closes again. Could you please all make a fortitude save?
A fortitude
my God.
save.
He is very unhappy right now.
Beans.
Eh. I've had worse saves.
Okay, so Tulip retches, but just about manages to stifle it.
Okay.
Zigga is not quite so lucky. There is a new fluid on the floor.
B recoils slightly and looks.
Nope.
So you got to push the thing back out the way first.
Fine. Athletics.
Yep.
Trapped in here with this.
Okay,
Forever.
yeah, you get it out of the way. But that wasn't silent.
Oh, are you serious?
Coming back.
No. No, you get very lucky, and it doesn't seem to have been heard.
Fuck. While we're in here, B is going to notice one thing. How high is the fluid level in this, from the ground in here?
The whole it's maybe like a centimeter.
Okay, so it seems like this fluid would have come from this,
Yes,
bit in there.
That is a reasonable assumption. Yes.
Okay, got it. So
Is
there's no
there
extra fluid here.
is there any sort of lip or anything like that in this room
It's-
where
it's-
it's keeping the fluid from coming out into the main room?
It's slightly tilted down towards the thing in the wall.
Gotcha.
It's like a little slope.
Yeah. There's trickles coming towards Chris at this point of Zigger's breakfast.
Chris is going to prestidigitation it away.
That's probably for the best.
He's gonna come out of the room to get some air.
Yeah.
The walls here, do they look carved out or do they look pretty naturally formed?
They look kind of carved out. Like big scoops had been taken out of it.
Got it. B is going to leave the chamber, but she is going to cast Read Aura on the thing. I suspect I'll get Necromancy.
It is, in fact, necromongoly.
Got it. Okay, well, she is going to walk up to Chris, disregarding the carpet, stare at him very unhappily, and points down at her feet.
Yes. What?
She points at her feet. Could you please? She says through gritted.
Chris grumbles something about like getting your own goddamn spell. Please, you stupid shit.
You've had this conversation before, and the answer is always, "Why would I get it when I have you?"
There's always time for some sibling bickering, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes. Ah, dear. Well,
Well,
that went well.
Jesus. Okay.
Chris is
Well, I
going to look
guess,
at everyone and be like, "Are we all okay with leaving?" Because this is getting pretty grim.
Well, we haven't found the other key yet, and thus we haven't actually found anything concrete.
Mm,
Like,
true.
Like if we leave now, we haven't done anything as other than just gain some knowledge.
Is there a chance that Mother Argyle would have a fucking diary or some shit under her bed or under her mattress?
you can have a look.
We haven't looked under the bed yet.
Perception?
Yep.
Pile of dead these things.
Hey!
There is unfortunately no diary.
Is
And
there
the
a pile
keys-
of dead abominations?
There is not a pile of dead abominations, no.
And there's not a key underneath this fucking thing.
Correct.
Oh.
However,
Oh?
you do find, like, kind of just slightly under the bed, under the frame.
Umbilical cords.
No, a little, like, hard sliver of something black.
Hmm. Tulip's not gonna touch it, but she's gonna tell Chris and back away so he can kind of see it.
Like something solid, like a metal.
More like a crystal.
Oh, mage hand it out and hold it up in front of myself with it.
It almost looks like obsidian,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite.
It's not mithril, right?
No, that's whitened metal.
Okay.
Can I? Is there anything I can roll, or do I need lore?
Lore mining.
Crafting would tell you stuff.
I can actually do that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Holy balls!
Holy balls, yes. It's some kind of crystalline material. It seems pretty brittle. If you weren't in the middle of church officials' flesh cannon chamber,
Yeah,
you would assume that it is probably obsidian of some form.
yeah.
But that would be remarkably out of place here.
Mm,
What about this vanity over here? Have we checked that? Are there drawers on it?
Zigger found a key in it.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, it's got some basic makeup stuff, some brushes, and
What language do aberrations speak?
if they speak at all, I think it's mostly whatever made them gives them their language.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty sure that each individual intelligent aberration species has its own language. Like Eliphids have their own language, and my beholders have their own language, and
There is a category of aberration called Flumph, and they speak three languages: Aklo,
Okay.
Celestial, and Common. So
Okay.
it's pretty much, if they have a society, it'll be whatever that society speaks. If they don't, it'll probably be whatever their creator speaks.
Okie dokie. Never mind. Just wondering if we need to speak to it in a speckle language to get an actual answer. Whoop. Fuck. Huh. Okay. So we're still looking for a key.
I could also just try and swack it. Like,
What the
pretty sure it'd kill
box?
me. Yeah.
Probably make a lot of noise, more importantly.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but Tom said the locks looked pretty brittle, right? Could I just like?
No, the locks look pretty fucking good.
Oh, I thought you said they would break. Okay, I misunderstood.
You could try and break them, but they look pretty well made. So it wouldn't be it's not
High
like
quality.
they've just twisted some wire around to cinch it together.
The box is also very fancy.
what about the what look like mannequins up on the wall? Are they just torsos for like dresses?
Yes.
Okay. I
Are
guess
these
I'll check
bookshelves?
those.
The mannequins they're pretty normal looking mannequins. They do have a big belly on them.
I
Maternity
see.
dresses.
Okay.
Tulip,
Okay.
sorry, well, you were pinging or someone was pinging.
Oh no, I was just wondering if these were also bookshelves.
No, it's a large and very poorly sprited desk.
Ah.
They don't make modular desk sprites, unfortunately, for some reason.
Oh no.
Zigger,
Mm-hmm.
it occurs to you that if this chest belongs to Mother Argyle and contains things that are precious to Mother Argyle, she may well keep the other key on her person.
Right. Right. And so we don't know where her person is.
Assuming it
and-
isn't the abomination.
Right. And or assuming that it wasn't the remnants of the birthing chamber. Like is there enough fluid and viscera and stuff like that in the birthing chamber area that it could contain the entire corpse of a adult human?
It is a centimeter tall, roughly.
Yeah,
The level of fluid.
there's
But like hanging off the wall and everything like that.
there is probably enough biomass there to make a fairly small person.
Okay. So not really.
It, it's not.
Plus
Well-
we'd have to deal with. Plus we'd have to deal with the fact that there's no bones.
Well, those could be in use.
Yeah,
if you're thinking of it that way.
you might expect the structure itself to be based in the bones, and then the flesh is on the bones.
So I mean, if you're just thinking about a recycling of biomass standpoint, I think there's probably enough between that fluid and this guy over here.
Gotcha. Okay, so then it theoretically could be in there, but I already looked through it and I felt reasonably certain it wasn't there.
Reasonably certain, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with Ziga already being sick, I don't think he wants to go back in there.
It's grim in there. It's a bad time. It's got
There's
that
more than
abattoir stank.
Let's see.
So Ziga
Well-
is looking like he's running out of options.
Yep. If we think she's got the key on her and she's not here, I think we've looked at everything at this point, so
Unless Tulip wants to bash it.
Yeah, I was gonna say between
I hope
Tulip's
that's
brute strength and my knowledge of locks, can I give her a circumstance bonus to destroying it, having her attack it in a specific spot?
Destroying the lock itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If you succeed a thievery and Tulip succeeds a, let's say, an attack, I reckon.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yes, that will do good stuff.
Okay, so
I'm
first
gonna
off,
get.
we unlock the lock that we already had the key for, because there's no reason to break that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ziga will study the key, the lock that they haven't got open yet, determine what the best place to attack it is, and I assume you're going to attack it with like the hilt, like slamming the hilt down on it,
Yeah.
rather than just like
Yeah.
swinging your sword at it, because that doesn't seem like it would work very well.
It would probably be more like a leverage sort of thing than a smashing sort of thing. I feel like I've watched some
Yeah.
some videos of.
Some lock picking lawyer double wrench action.
Yes, exactly. You know
Yeah.
exactly the one.
I do.
So I suspect if we do it properly, it won't even necessarily make that much noise unless it's enchanted to.
Oh jeez.
That's a good thievery roll.
Oh, that is a good thievery roll. Tulip, would you like to apply violence to the lock?
And actually,
Sure.
given that thievery roll, do I feel like I could just pick the lock with that?
No.
No, that's not good enough. Okay.
No. That's not good enough to get one success, and you reckon that lock would need 5.
A very
Yeah,
high level lock then.
All right. Am I just swinging my sword?
Yeah, just do an attack against it, and we'll go from there. Yeah, you hit it. It shifts a bit, but doesn't quite break. You reckon you've bent something inside it. It's partway there, but it's not quite through.
Can I try again?
You can. That was metal on metal and quite loud.
Well, should we try again before we inevitably get fucking swarmed?
Well, I would think that we might want to post the two people that aren't currently active in the scene on the door
Yep.
to, and then
Let's
if we
do
need to, we can just hide back in the room again. And
Chris is
Well,
doing a dance.
I feel like if they hear smashing noises from the room, they're gonna do more than a cursory poke their head in sort of thing. That they were doing for the routine checkup. Chris, do you want something, Chris? Can I help you?
Christopher, please.
Look, I'm just pacing. It's nerve wracking. We're making lots of noise.
Bee's got her ear to the door, and Chris behind her is just tumbling.
I like the idea of B. Hi, B.
She hits at Chris.
B.
Chris, it's really hard to hear anything that's going on outside when you're doing. She waves her arms. Whatever that is.
I'm really hoping the guards come in,
I
look
just love
around,
the idea
and then they
that
say,
Chris is doing that, and it's also
I-
like, so do you like jazz?
I'd blame Chris for my perception roll.
I'm gonna roll perception as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're really gonna do any better than me with what you're doing?
Oh,
Yes, I really do.
Okay.
Oh, do I swing again?
You don't hear anything yet.
Okay.
"That's the green light. Go."
Beans.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't. Wait, I hit the same one again. Does that matter?
That's fine. That's fine. You're not in.
Okay.
We're not in rounds, so you're not taking the penalty for it. But that you clang into the fixture that's holding the lock is holding closed.
Do I go again?
You can keep hammering at this thing.
Probably.
No.
No.
Gotcha. Okay, like I know this doesn't count, but I'm gonna hit the number 2 just to see if the game hates me that much or not. Fuck you.
That
Fuck
one,
you.
that 4th hit strikes true, and the lock pops off.
Yay! We're gonna die.
Whatever we're doing, better make it quick.
Run. It's
Okay.
time to run.
No. What,
Run.
We open the chest. What do we see? Is it more dead babies?
Within the chest is a bunch of robes.
Are these ones bloody?
No, but they are different and a little familiar.
Do they look like the attire that we saw the umbilical salesman wearing?
Yeah, a little bit. A little
She
bit.
is a clunk as fuck.
Mhm.
Ow! It really hurt to laugh that hard. Thanks, Matt.
Umbilical
Okay.
What was it? Umbilical salesman? Is that what got you?
Yes.
Can we go now? Can we go? Let's go. Go 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 go
No,
go.
We haven't finished exploring the chest.
Yeah,
Get
seriously. I
your
want
hands all over that chest.
What-
Make it
ma'am,
quick.
Ma'am, please. Okay, we search the chest, or Zigga searches the chest because he's Steve Boy. What do we see?
Both of you roll perception, please. In fact, everyone roll perception. It's relevant to
Oh
everyone.
yeah, I didn't want that to be the case, but it is the case.
Go go gadget. This.
Oh my god, you're all good.
Wow.
Okay. When the worst roll is
Yeah.
a 15, you're doing well.
Uh-huh.
So, Tulip and Zigga, you get to the bottom of the chest, and it's just robe all the way down. But both of you kind of side-eye it from the outside, and you realize that the bottom of the chest is about 2 inches higher than it should be.
Oh no, we don't have time for this.
Oh, okay. Like, is there any mechanism in it that might, like, any buttons or levers or?
Not that you can see.
Can we just?
Can we just
At a
yeet
hole.
the
I-
chest?
wait,
Are you
you
about to
all-
say smash it? You are, aren't you?
No. Do they hear noise coming?
Hard to tell. There's noise. It might be coming.
Oh, jeez.
Someone
Okay,
might
well then, in that case, we're gonna go ahead and I think we can. If the chest is not extraordinarily heavy, I think just flipping the chest over.
Yep, let's go. Athletics.
Okay, athletics it. Is Ziggo helping?
Yeah.
Nice.
You flip the chest and hear a clunk as the false bottom on it falls to the floor. On the underside of the chest that has now been flipped.
There's clearly something in it.
Yes. It's now fallen out and is under the chest.
Okay.
I really wish I had the silence spell.
Okay, so turning it back over partial way, can we pull the false bottom out?
Yeah, it's dislodged itself, and on top of the false bottom now lying on the pile of robes is a mask.
Bitch. I
Conspiracy
fucking called it.
theory.
I was gonna sit
Yes,
here.
you
And,
did.
I was gonna sit
did.
here and be smug.
Okay.
Okay.
So that unfortunately that doesn't give us a tremendous amount.
Steal the
Um,
mask.
Is
Steal the
yeah,
mask.
Is
Let's
there,
go.
anything, is there anything weird about the mask? Like, we're gonna steal the mask. Don't worry. But like,
It looks like a weird ass mask, but it doesn't look like it doesn't have pins on the inside, or it's not going to cut off your eyelids or anything like that. It's just a mask.
There's no time to explain. Let's leave.
Okay.
Chris, we need you to detect magic on this weird ass mask.
Well, we
Just-
literally can't leave if they're approaching the door, because
Well, I
it's
don't
the only way out of the room. So we're probably going to have to do the whole switcheroo with the chamber again. But in this instance, I think grabbing all of the robes and the mask and everything like that, closing the closing the box up, putting the lock back on as best as we can aesthetically, and then going back into the birthing chamber to hide.
Oh no.
Well, does it sound like anyone's coming right now? I know what that sounded like. That's not what I'm asking.
No, I know. Nah, you've done enough perceptions. No.
Okay.
But
So
there's
they're
movement.
coming.
There is movement nearby. People are within earshot.
Mhm.
Bustling.
You hear some
Okay.
doors opening and closing further down the corridor.
Yeah, beans. Do we kind of know what Mother Argyle looks like by any chance?
I don't think so.
No.
You haven't seen her yet?
Are there any pictures of her in the room?
No, not that you've seen.
Cause maybe like B could put on the robes and everything, and if she needed
Think-
to, anyways.
I think B is probably a bit too short. Well, I mean,
I
you
mean,
could do
200
a
is
quick height
fine,
comparison.
Like, yeah.
Well, actually, no. we've seen this masked figure around, assuming that they are Mother Argyle, which they might not be. It could be a person from the same organization. How tall were they in comparison to B?
They were taller than B and far less built than Tulip.
How about Chris?
Yeah, quit Chris getting drunk.
Chris would probably be the closest fit, yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, it's just a robe. It's not even a dress. Come on, you've been in worse situations before.
What do
This
you?
is our
What is the
this is our
plan
Final
here?
Fantasy VII homage.
Is this just put on the robe and then what?
Like,
I don't
push
know.
the thing out of bed, like, kick it under the bed, and just pretend to be Mother Argyle. It's fine.
I'm
Yeah, I
good.
don't-
Can't we just hide in the flesh tube?
Yeah, that seems like the most prudent.
I
course
don't-
of action.
This is funnier, though.
So two things. One is I don't think the church people actually know Mother Argyle to be wearing this stuff. Like if you dress up as this, I don't think they'll recognize you as Mother Argyle. I think they'll recognize you as an intruder.
I am the
second-
Phantom of the Opera. Yeah.
Yes. I think the second thing is there's no one coming. God, I can't avoid saying that word right now. There's nobody on their way here right now. So I don't think it's necessary to hide in the flesh chamber. In fact, I think we should just.
You
listen
don't think
for
we need
when
to
the-
come into the flesh chamber?
Yes, I think that's correct.
Canon, thank you.
Thank you. I think we should just listen for when there's relatively less bustle and just try to get out.
Well, and then another thing is if our assumptions, or my assumptions specifically, were incorrect regarding the church not knowing about this, if they instead do know about this, and for whatever reason they're putting on some sort of pretense of checking on her on a regular basis, but it is just a pretense, then they could know that there are intruders in the room based on the noise because there shouldn't be any sound coming from this room, and they're preparing some sort of defense.
I think that
Um,
is substantially less likely because they wouldn't have known that there are intruders until after we did this, and they were already putting on the pretense, so to speak, because they were
Right.
already.
Well, I'm just saying, for whatever reason, if they were putting on the pretense, regardless of knowing if there were any intruders or not, like if there
I-
was some sort of, I don't know,
If-
ritual or something like that that they were going through, and the checking on her was part of it.
If that leads us to the plan of action of staying in this room and hiding, I think that is drastically less likely than it not being a pretense.
No, the other way around, actually. That we need to get out of here as soon as possible, because if they're setting up some sort of defense, we need to like give
I
them
would
as much time as
agree
possible.
with that conclusion, regardless of what we think is going on.
Yeah.
Are we
Is-
leaving?
Is there a plan?
I guess
The plan
I
is
guess
to leave.
we'll listen for if there's anything going on outside. If there's relative quiet, then maybe poke our heads out and see if anyone's in the hallway.
Just out of curiosity, with the robes, do they include like full hoods and everything like that? And like, can you, are there enough robes that like there's one for each of us? And if there is, can we use them? Not necessarily right now, but I mean just in general, can we use them? And then have one person with a mask that has like is the face visible?
True.
There are enough for everyone, but they're not gonna fit everyone.
That's maybe okay. So the robes in the, I'm assuming we're saying some the one robe in here and then some robes in the closet. Are the ones in the closet like typical church garb, or are they clearly marking someone who's higher up in the hierarchy?
Some of them are typical, some of them are more ceremonial.
Maybe we take some of the typical ones and just throw it on, even if it drags a little bit for some of us.
Or shows
Or
half your
doesn't quite.
calf in the case of Tulip.
Yes.
Well,
I mean,
What?
at a glance, we're at least the same color as is expected.
wait, so. Okay, hear me out, Tom. When Tulip was with Stan, is there any chance she, like, grabbed his shirt or anything and, like, accidentally made off with it?
No, he needed his shirt.
Damn.
Yeah.
He definitely kept his shirt when his commanding officer busted in and
Hold to put his clothes on.
yes.
Well, he's gotta be a big boy if he's like a paladin or fucking whatever, right? That could probably fit Tulip.
It probably would, but you don't have it, I'm afraid.
Sad.
I
At least
don't.
I thought of it.
Is there a reason to go out and I'm not saying that we should just run out and like make a big a scene as possible. But like, is there a reason to be like trying to
If
hide
they,
our identities on the way out? Because like, for instance,
it,
Tulip is already extraordinarily well known, intimately. Uh,
it's
and the
Tulip's
biblical
known
reference.
to all the gods.
word travels. I think it's more that
Oh
if they
no.
happen to catch a glance of us like down the hall or something, if the color scheme is at least correct, they may not see enough detail to investigate further. If we are dressed in our normal clothes, I think we're probably a lot darker clothed than people in the church, so that might immediately be suspicious.
It's definitely a different color scheme.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. I guess that might work. I mean, as long as it's like not going to inhibit our movement. And like we could just throw it off at a quick, moment's notice. Zigga would be down for that.
Can we like crack open the door, send out Tabit, and I can look through her eyes and see if anyone's there?
Yes.
Is that a good idea?
Yes, if Tabit listens to you.
Oh, I mean, Tabit probably
Yeah,
wants to
totally.
leave the flesh chamber as well.
Tabit has been
So-
sat by the door waiting.
Yeah, so Chris will be like, "Can you just go take a look if they're out there, please?"
There's a big eye roll, but yes.
So we like quietly crack open the door. She like liquid cats her way out because cats are liquid.
Hmm.
And I will share senses and see if there's anyone out there.
No one visible right now.
Okay, I'll come back to myself and be like, "There's no one there. We should go like now."
Okay, so we'll throw on the robes, the regular church robes.
Yep.
And we have the special robes and the mask or whatever in one of our backpacks, and we'll just try to make our way out of the church.
Book it slowly and stealthily.
Chris like takes off his hat for the first time because that seems like that doesn't fit.
And you're taking the mask with you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
What if the mask is Mother Argyle?
Which way are you going? Because you can leave left or right. Both
Which
lead to
way
an
is
exit.
out?
Both
No,
are an
we
exit.
I think right's the better option because I left that unlocked earlier, and
Yes.
hopefully it'll cause that we're dealing with the civilian issue.
Okay.
Yeah, southeast.
So we will go back here. So you leave the room and hurry off to the right, and just as you reach the end, a door opens outward and a man steps out right into your path.
Oh. Like on purpose, he stepped into our path, or he just happened to be stepping out,
Oh,
and
just-
it is in our path.
Just happened to be stepping out. Tulip recognizes this man.
Oh
no,
no!
Stan.
And Stan like jumps back a bit and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. What are you still doing here? You need to get the fuck out of here.
We're working on it, and then you got in our
Come
way.
on!" And he's got his hands on your backs and he's pushing you towards the exit because he doesn't want you here. He does not want you here. He doesn't need this today.
Let's leave. Let's leave. Let's leave.
We get out.
And he shepherds you out of the temple.
No
Okay.
question.
Excellent. No questions about the two blokes with or the
Nope.
robes. I'm happy.
Nope. He is too concerned with not getting fired.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Stan.
He's not the brightest chap.
Oh no.
Bit of a himbo.
Oh no, that's why you and Tulip went at it. They only had the one brain cell to share. Okay, we're out.
Oh no. All right,
Uh,
we're out. We did it.
Let us get out. Hurry to like a corner, and then strip.
Forever.
But forever. Oh no.
Forever bath.
Okay.
It's like
so
you all link arms and the force of it sends you down the tunnel. It's like a jet engine.
It's
Okay.
like
So,
like
wait.
Azula when she's firebending and like
Yes.
yeah.
It's fucking,
So-
fucking vom bending.
And if we turn at the wrong moment, we just turn into a vom spiral.
Oh god.
We
Oh.
lose control and just.
Amber,
Yeah,
sorry,
Schwarzenegger.
you were trying to say something, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if we glance about, do we see a familiar masked face?
Roll perception.
Everybody or just me?
Everybody who thinks to look.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Chris is probably trying to make sure no one's following them, if nothing else.
Preoccupied
So-
with getting to a hidden spot is B.
If we actually see somebody this time, Zigga will be the first. It'll be the first time that Zigga's actually spotted him. Every other time he's been blind.
Is he secretly like, I think all of my siblings are fucking crazy. I don't think this guy exists.
Zigga,
No, I trust you.
Zigga is in fact the only one who briefly spots a masked and robed figure
God damn it, where?
before they are back towards the temple, actually.
Bitch, come fight us already. But maybe not with your minion, because that was unfair, but like, come fucking fight us.
Use your magic, nerd.
Yeah, fight me IRL, no magic.
That's so barbarian.
Yeah.
Fucking magic
1v1
user.
1v1
I-
with
I will crush your head between my hands like an egg.
Oh, okay, between my hands, alright.
I will
that's
crush
cool. That's
Batman's
last.
head in between my thighs.
No.
Yeah.
And then
Should actually be
Gandalf the
thighs.
Grey and then Gandalf the White.
Oh no.
What?
Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Batman's and then angels sang out in immaculate chorus as down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris, who delivered a kick that could shatter bones into the crotch of Indiana Jones, who fell over on the ground writhing in pain. As Batman changed back into Bruce Wayne, but Chuck saw through his clever disguise and crushed Batman's head in between his thighs.
So, Zigga, do you want to tell us about what you just fucking saw?
Yeah, we got spotted again by the individual who presumably is not Mother Argyle, considering we found Mother Argyle's accoutrements.
It's a whole. They're a whole cult.
Oh no. It's
So we
just,
have-
it's just Hulk Hogan. It's not even a big deal. It's just fucking Hulk Hogan.
So yeah, we have the outfit for one of the cultists, and the mask and everything like that. But because we don't have the element of surprise, I don't know if they're going to be very much good. But at the very least, we can examine it tonight when we definitely do not sleep.
Okay. It is... God, what time is it now? Like, late afternoon, let's say? We spent the morning
We came-
investigating stuff and then went to the temple?
Yeah, I think we came back later though, because the guy told us to come back in the evening. I think.
Yeah, okay.
So it should be kind of late now. I think.
Yeah, it's just getting towards bedtime.
Actually, you know what? Was it a different guard every single time that came and did the checkup, or was it the exact same guard doing the checkup every single time?
Give me a retroactive perception. Which is the same as a normal perception, for the record.
Yeah.
You're almost certain it was a male human each time. It might have been the same one. Might have been
Humans
different
always-
ones. You do know that the
And-
church does not have a racist or sexist hiring policy, but that could just be how it played out.
And follow-up question: did we actually see the guard at any point?
I don't think so.
Like, at any point, did we ever see any of the people checking in?
I don't think you did. Would anyone
Don't-
dispute that?
I don't
I think
we
I
did.
saw through Tabit. Am I misremembering?
I'm just curious if potentially we have some sort of situation where you have a pre-recorded situation where, like, every periodically.
Pre-recorded guard too.
The whole thing's
Yeah.
performative.
The
I'm
only
just-
real person here is that
That
is that
thing.
himbo
Stan.
is superior.
Stand in that thing.
And it is superior.
Oh god. God, imagine what kind of life that would be. It's you, your boss, an abomination, and everything else is ghosts.
Wonder he's lonely.
Hmm. Oh, and Stan's mate. He's definitely real. The one who let you in the door.
Yes. Well, are we sure? We didn't see him below the armor.
True. Maybe he's just a face in armor. Chris, if you did see him through Tabit's eyes, how many times do you think you saw him?
It was so. Tabit was already over there.
Mm-hmm.
She heard him talking to her through the door and looked round the corner essentially. So I saw one dude, the
Sure.
one that went and checked on her before we went in the room.
Sure.
I didn't.
That was, to the best of your knowledge, probably a human male. Maybe a half-elf. Probably not a halfling, too tall.
Sure.
Hmm. Well, as long as we're not being pursued, B is happy for the moment.
Yeah, I suggest we just go back to the hotel.
Okay. Does anyone else like to do anything else?
Nope. I think we go back to the hotel and see if we get another fucking bloody handprint in the night. Since this
Sure.
bitch only knows how to play games.
Oh damn it! We didn't take the umbilical cord sample.
You didn't take anything from the gribble either, in the end.
That's true.
Oh, I was gonna say, or I tried to
No, we
say
didn't.
at one point that I wanted to take a couple of bits of cloth and just like soak up some of the the gross shit from the chamber and B the amniotic fluid on two separate pieces.
Well, you
Yeah.
could just keep it in your robes and not clean it off entirely.
And
You missed a spot.
Zigga got a hair. I specifically mentioned that.
Sure. Okay. That's fine with me. Okay. You get back to your room. Shaken and stirred.
I think we
Not
should
that
probably
bastard.
stay in the same room tonight.
Hmm.
I think propriety has to take a backseat to terror.
I think, weren't we already in the same room anyway?
I think you were.
I think
I thought
so.
we were in two separate
Yeah.
rooms.
No, I think we're in two rooms. Yeah.
Were we? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, guys can throw a cot up or something like that.
Hmm.
Approximate a cot. Okay, so then yeah, I mean I guess there's nothing to do other than for Chris to do his scrying.
Yes. I already did it with the umbilical cord from the last one, or the previous umbilical cord, and basically got told it's a freaking weird ass abomination thing.
Hmm.
I guess I could do it with this. Like we have the mask, right?
Yes.
I could do it with that and see if because can I get like who owns a thing from it? Does that work? Like, does possession do the thing or not?
That would require 2 successful goes at it at least.
I mean, the thing is that it's probably. See, like, it's probably just going to tell me, even if I get it right, that it's Mother Argyle. Although, would it reveal something about the people that she spends time with or is affiliated with? I don't think it does, right? It's like they're relatives, not their like associates.
For the
think
most
the
part,
I don't know.
yes. You would need to identify them by their relatives before you could start exploring the other definitional parts of them.
Yeah.
So that would then, so you would be identifying the mask, and then the owner of the mask, and then the relations of the owner of the mask. So that would be 3 stages.
I mean, I can try that. Like, I can start that if people want me to.
Yeah, I think that's the best place to start. I think.
I think the blood is probably actually more useful, just to confirm that they're all like the umbilical cord that we were dropped by the first time we actually almost caught up to the masked person. If that might also be the same kind of abomination as what we just saw. For the mask, I feel like it's probably more useful at least at the initial stage to just examine its make, see if it's enchanted or anything, and that kind of thing. So it'll take
And
a
if
while.
if I can get the like colleagues through the mask or whatever, if I can figure out what like group they belong to, then that is helpful. But
It's a much
It'll
higher,
take a while.
It's a much higher risk proposition.
Mm-hmm.
okay. I mean, should I do the blood then, or what?
I think it gives us more immediately useful information, at least.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
I will do some. Oh well, I passed the check.
It's really confusing for a moment, but then you realise that it's human blood, and it's elf blood, and it's dwarf blood, and it's orc blood, and it's halfling blood.
A soup.
Yes.
Oh, that's grim.
There's
Do I
many-
have
many
any
bloods.
idea why you might need a shitload of different types of blood?
That's a ritual thing that's very common in something. I can't remember what it is.
It was a quest for Mehrunes Dagon in Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
That's right.
You had to kill one champion of each race in order to do something. I don't remember
I
what.
need to drop for like 1 quick second so I can restart my router, but I'll be RB.
Sure.
Okay. Do I have any idea what you might use that for with that second occultism check?
Either some kind of transformative ritual, or because you don't give a shit about what type of blood it is and you just need a lot of blood.
Sure.
Mm.
Okay.
Although, how many elves are there in the town?
Not too many, but they're not like people don't stare when an elf walks down the street or anything. It's not that special.
Well, I haven't failed a check yet, so I'm gonna keep going and try at the mask until I do fail.
Sure.
Like that.
Like
cool.
that.
Fail, lol. Rip that check. Oh well.
Are any of the races that came up in that blood analysis very uncommon in the town that we've seen?
Not super uncommon.
Okay.
You get like eldritch being blood.
Yeah, there's no like, I don't know.
Hellion.
So
there's no demon blood in there or anything.
So it's plausible it was just a lot of blood that was needed.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Well, are there any enchantments on the mask if I read aura on it?
No.
No, just a mask.
It is a mask. It still has obvious tool marks on it. So it wasn't like super professionally finished.
Okay, so it looks like kind of crude.
That would be underselling it a little.
Okay.
Unfinished might be the better way to put it.
I see. So not a polished work for sale in the high-end marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kind of thing a blacksmith might hammer out for their child on All Hallows Eve.
Does it actually have any like distinguishing marks, or is it just like a flat sort of like mask with eyes on it? Like, does it?
It does have. It does have not really a pattern, but a way in which it was made that gives it like a noteworthy structure. Like it's got a line down the middle of it where two parts of it were hammered together, for example. If you
Okay.
if you knew it well, you could pick it out of a line of masks.
Sure.
Line of masks.
Yeah.
Well, stumped for now. Not sure. Also, it's probably quite late after doing that ritual a couple of times.
Mhm.
So, Chris will go to bed.
Are there any things hidden in the other robes that we found that Zigga and Tulip found in the chest?
The other robes don't even have pockets. Well, none of the robes have pockets. They just
Anything sewn into the linings? Essentially?
do
Give it a feel.
a perception or a crafting check. Not that you can find.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, well, time to pillow fort up and sit together.
Pillow fort.
Cool.
We
Yeah,
build
I
a
think
fort
we
out of
should
the beds and
keep
go to
watch.
sleep.
Are you actually building a fort out of the beds?
No.
Because I could totally believe that you would barricade the room.
Why not? Yeah, why not? That sounds like a.
I mean, okay, if people want to build a fort out of the beds.
Okay.
It's kind of fun, and we need it. I think we could all use a little bit of distraction from all the Viscera we just went through.
Okay.
I don't think we're actually doing that, but I do want to keep watch.
Sure. I'm gonna do a thing.
Da-na-na-na-na.
And then that one is... Ooh, that one's higher. Why does the end key not work in the chat dialogue of Roll20?
Okay, I'm back.
Amber came back.
Very good
Da-da-da-da-da.
timing.
We found nothing of note, and we are about to take watch or something of that nature for the night.
Alright, well, Tulip's probably up to
Can I
do
do
that
that?
first.
I can't do that.
I think she usually takes first watch anyways.
And that was... Who was that? Okay. Right, whoever's taking watch, please do a perception.
Okay. Not bad.
Cool.
Well-
Who's on second? Cool.
What?
Okay. Nothing happens during the night.
The way you said that made it sound like something very much so happened during the night.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is when you wake up, the mask is gone.
God damn it!
That's something. That's not nothing. You fucking liar. You're a
And-
phony.
So unimpressed.
And Zigga, you
It's dead.
have you you kind of feel like you dreamt about a different mask.
Like while I was on watch.
At some point during the night, it's like it's got that kind of dreamy quality of memory where you can't really quite pinpoint anything down. It probably didn't happen while you were awake.
What do you mean I dreamt of a different mask? What does that mean?
I mean that you have a recollection in a dreamlike fashion of a similar mask to the one that you found in Mother Argyle's chest, but not that mask. It looks visibly different.
Like someone wearing it, coming into the room and eating my memories?
I mean, it's not really quite that well formed. You've just got
Specific, yeah.
an image in your mind of that mask in front of you.
Okay. Well, in the morning, as everybody's waking up, I'm on second watch, I guess, and so I will immediately cop up to the fact that I apparently got fucked with during the night. And
Chris
Chris
that's
will
with?
what-
cast detect magic. Has there been magic?
There's not magic at the moment.
No, I didn't know spells. I thought they left like a residue or something. We've kind of had it before, I think. Have we? Am I going bonkers?
I don't think they typically. A lot of them do, unless they're particularly powerful.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never mind.
it has to be either powerful or an active effect. I
Sure.
think.
I think
My
we're
bad.
talking about like epic level spells or something like that, leaving residues.
F. Okay.
But yeah, something messed with me because I definitely have a recollection of another mask. I presume it was something came in the room. I didn't even have a chance to react before it had got me. And I don't remember it at all, so it probably wiped my memory.
Well,
Spooky.
should we check if anything else is missing?
Yeah, we might as well go through our inventories.
Let's
Is
go
the-
and check if we're missing anything.
Is the robe still here, even if the mask is gone?
The robes are there, yeah.
Interesting.
Everything
Well,
else seems to
probably-
be present and intact. Tulip's sword is there. Bee's fists are there. I don't know what do you even use?
All of our organs.
Yeah, all of your organs are still intact. You don't have new stitch work down your side where your kidney is.
And nobody's pregnant.
Nobody's
Like, none of the
pregnant.
four of us are pregnant.
No.
Nobody's. Well,
yeah,
are we
no,
sure?
no. Chris just has a huge stomach now.
I was expecting if anyone's going to be pregnant, it's Tulip here, isn't it?
I mean, we don't have a detect fetus spell, so we won't know for a while. I think.
Detect
That might be
fetus.
quite handy at the moment.
I know that's yes, it would
Yeah,
be.
well, we need
Very-
the ultimate spell for this situation. Fetus deletus. Like
oh
we just
no.
I mean,
Avada
if we-
Kedavra.
If there, you know how certain campaigns have spells that are more useful because of the campaign itself.
Yes.
Anything
Yep.
fetus related would be very helpful in this campaign.
Well, it would be very
Yep.
helpful with this arc, certainly.
I mean, what is the mortifer really?
True, it's a big fetus. Yeah.
You have some unresolved issues you want to talk about.
Apparently.
Let's go back to your childhood.
Yeah. When I was a fetus myself.
When I was a young fetus.
Creature type.
What?
Legendary creature, human fetus.
I don't like the theme of this session. It's just kink shaming and fetuses. Like
Yeetus the fetus. Yeah, I know.
this is just Silent Hill, but like kind of funny.
Wait, does Silent Hill yeet fetuses?
Yes. Quite
Why?
Because it's Silent Hill.
Yes, that's an explanation.
The themes of Silent Hill run up against, it's always the regrets and fears of the protagonist, right?
Yeah, plus 3 is basically all about God trying to get the main character pregnant with himself, herself. Silent Hill's weird,
Yeah.
regardless.
So it's morning. You've lost a mask, and Zigger apparently got fucked with.
Okay.
What do?
I don't know.
Perhaps
Is-
breakfast would be a good place to start.
Ugh, can
Yeah.
we even stomach breakfast at this point? I
I
feel like
feel like-
eating's been ruined for everybody.
Forever.
Yeah.
Chris goes downstairs and immediately starts eating.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
but
say.
Chris is a stoner. Like nothing is gonna stop a stoner from
Chris
like
is a
piling it on.
stoner?
I could believe Chris is a stoner.
We're just attaching characters traits to him now. As we have
Oh,
to
dear.
various
He
people.
tattoos himself for fun. That's like way stoner shit, unless he's an actual tattoo artist that's trying really hard.
He is a tattoo artist,
See, I
quite
was gonna say-
literally.
I was gonna say to get his profile out there.
Well, who knows?
Chris. And by
Yeah.
extension, David.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't
Fine.
have to explain myself to you. You're not my real dad.
You do have to explain yourself to me in the context of this game, though.
In what sense?
Or in that I should probably know if you're trying to get your profile out there so I can build that into the game.
Oh, no.
Probably not, if we're completely honest, Tom.
Probably not.
The magical ritual lets you find people's true names tattoo. Probably not out there for like
No.
general use.
That would be a violation of the rules of the Magic Circle.
Probably.
You'd get kicked out and you wouldn't be able to practice magic at any holiday venues anymore.
Yep. Which
At any
sucks.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
I need that for my revenue.
you do. No more. What's the tarot version for this? That you've got a deck for?
Oh, shit! I forget what it's called.
No more tarot. Whatever.
Oh, what the hell is it? It's a Harrow deck.
Harrow.
Yes, it's
Just
literally
legally
Harrow.
distinct.
Legally distinct tarot.
Yes.
It's not spelt the racist way though. It's got a W on the end.
Ah, good.
Harrow.
Hello. We shouldn't do that. That's
That's
Remember
going
that,
on YouTube.
that is
Lol.
going on YouTube. Oh
I
well.
didn't realize that was a racist thing.
We just got to start yelling really offensive stuff. and
Please,
talk
I
about
don't want to
it.
have to edit these videos, please.
Next time Tom goes to the bathroom, we just yell things.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
So who's having some breakfast then?
Yep.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Yep.
Bee will as well, but she'll stare at the food for a few minutes to make sure that she can keep it down.
Fair.
After.
Would you like to self-inflict a fortitude save?
No, it's probably
Lee.
fine. The food-
Okay, sure.
The food is probably
Let's
decent.
not fire truck ourselves.
No.
Yep.
No. Could you all roll perception, please?
Is he
Yep.
watching
The
us drink
food
breakfast
tastes horrible.
again?
Oh, it won't let me open my character sheet. What the shit? Oh, there we go. That was weird.
The real danger is we're sitting there eating breakfast and Gordon Ramsay walks in.
It's
What are
fucking
you?
raw.
he just picks up the umbilical cord. He's like, it's raw.
It's like
That
chews
isn't
on
the
the end of it.
breakfast.
Chews on
This
the
is-
end of
this
it.
is
and
some
it's like, it's
awful
fucking
jerky.
raw. He probably thinks it's squid.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait, why does Chris know what umbilical cord tastes like?
No, because it's like squid. You get like the round, like if you cut it with the no.
I get what you're saying. I just think
Yeah.
it's really funny that Chris would be like, yeah, it's probably like squid calamari. It's just human calamari. What's the big deal?
I mean, if you fry it, it tastes the same at the end anyway.
Ugh. Anyways, we roll for perception. Do
Yes.
we have another?
Zigger is too focused on the food and not thinking about anything else. But everyone else hears rumor that Mother Argyle will be performing a special sermon later today.
Oh, that
Oh,
Seems
everybody gonna die. These people are just gonna be a blood mist.
Twilight music theme.
So we either need to be there or we need to be out of town.
I feel like we need to be there for
The red
narrative-
tide.
the mist.
Yeah.
The red tide. Mother Argyle's just gonna get on stage, lift her robe, and red
No.
tide.
No, stop.
Woo!
Wash.
Okay, if we listen in, do they say what time the ceremony's gonna take place or anything more interesting?
They say they're all making plans to go there after lunch.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
All right.
Guess we should make plans to go there ourselves.
Nah, it's too early for this. He grumbles into our breakfast.
You-
Tulip will pat me shoulder.
You have a morning to rest, relax, and recuperate, and perhaps consider your choices of spells.
But
Uh-oh.
B looks at her spells. I have you. You are my spells. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
these are my spells. There are many like them. but this one-
That these ones are mine. Yep.
Oh.
Alright.
Would you like to do anything with your morning?
Relish the the relative normalness of it before it inevitably goes wrong.
It might be nice to do well, not a stakeout, but a quick cursory look at the temple again to see if anything obvious has
Yeah.
changed.
That might be worthwhile.
Sure.
I'm not happy about it either, B.
I'd be very concerned if you were.
Yeah, that would be very stereotypical of a barbarian when just like bloodlust. Let's fucking go. I love bloodlust. I love blood.
I'm all
Blood is
about
my
blood.
favorite. Hell yeah. Let's
Give me
go
that-
fucking.
Give me that blood wine. Give me that
I
blood
mean,
pudding.
this is the
Yeah.
red tide. There you go. It's
Yeah.
sorted.
That's now the name of Tulip's sword.
Tulip,
The
bringer of the red tide.
tide.
The red
No.
tide.
Well, it bisects things, so it should be like called Moses.
Blood
wait a
Moses.
It's parting the Red Sea, right? Like,
Oh my
per-
god.
Okay.
what?
To be fair, I did name my sword something stupid already.
What is it?
Oh,
It's
is it Chinchimadu?
it's hang on. I'll just put it in off topic.
Please tell me it's Moses.
No.
The Bisector.
The fucking Transformers.
Oh, it should have been Biceps Tour. So you got the biceps with you got the guns, and yeah.
Wow. Yes.
All right, fine, fucking whatever.
No, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
It gets the standard pun response of groan.
I mean, in my head, it's called Moses. So like.
Oh no.
Wow. So a quick stakeout by the temple then, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeet us over the abyss, I guess.
Yeetus deletus.
You you finish off having your breakfast and wander on over. It's still all closed up, but people are milling around, hoping to get in early, but not having much luck. It all seems pretty quiet and about as busy as it was yesterday morning, but with less we want to get in and we're gonna get in.
Presumably the service is going to be held inside the foyer area where the church, like the congregation meets.
Yes, everyone will be shown up the main corridor to the.
Are we even going to be let in? That's a question.
Well, that's unless like I mean like we actually managed to avoid the majority of
I guess as long as we stay away from the boss and from maybe from Stan.
like honestly the boss is probably the only one that would even kick up a fuss, and honestly probably only with Tulip if anything. Like he never met Ziga or Chris at all, and he only tangentially met B. And
Right.
honestly, I don't even think he was very upset with Tulip. It was more of a Stan thing.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, as long as we don't attract attention.
Although, question is, do we want to be in the congregation for the service, or do we want to be in the back halls?
Well, I suspect they won't let us into the back halls if it's
Well,
kind
I
of.
mean, they didn't let us into the back halls yesterday either.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't appreciate this. I really don't.
What don't you appreciate?
Just all of this remembrance of Stan, the guard.
Stan the
Oh,
guard
but-
is a bro.
He's yeah.
We haven't even made any jokes about back passages. It's fine.
I was going to, I must admit.
I know you were. I know.
What are we gonna
Alright.
do?
Okay, we're fucking looking at this thing, right? Is there any masked figures, anything weird that we can determine?
Perception check, please.
3.
I think B went with. I don't know if everyone else is here too, but
Yeah, I think we're all there at the moment. Hiya!
B is just
Na
like,
na na na. I can do perception.
B is just like annoyed with existence right now.
yeah,
Mhm.
B's just like fucking sick of this shit. Goddamn flesh cannon. I have
Why
to
do
go in there.
why do we come to this town?
Yeah. Why am I alive? I'm not even having a good time.
I need to stop thinking about the word "come." Yeah, that's.
Ziga, are you perceiving?
Oh yeah, let me roll it.
Allow me to perceive with my eyes.
My special eyes. No.
Nope.
Nope.
They're very special.
So Zigga, the bad news is you don't see anything. Chris, the good news is you don't see anything.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed.
There's quite a few people coming in and out. There's a chance you could have missed it, but you're pretty confident that everyone here is not a horrible blood baby cultist.
Baby cultist. Yep.
Well, I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about. Well, I think we're more worried about them being sacrificed.
No,
Something like
fuck's
that.
sake! I was like, yeah, we'll just start calling them BBC.
Uh,
Oh no.
Wait for the meme. Hi, Tom's dad. Okay.
No one else here gets that meme.
I do now.
Other
You
than the
explained it.
obvious face value.
You explained it. You
Did I?
explained it.
Oh,
Amber started
okay.
talking about imp dicks or something.
Oh yeah. I did explain it. Yeah. Okay.
Demon
Game over.
willies. Penis. Yeah, there you go.
Penis.
So,
there you go.
Not
now
made
that's all
for
out of our
kids.
system.
Checks
No,
on the
of course-
YouTube upload.
Of course it's not. We yell profanity. Lol.
It's coming to lunchtime.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you
Cool.
like to get lunch?
Sure. I will go to the nearest cafe and eat lunch.
There's a bunch
We
of
just had
pop-up
breakfast.
stalls.
That'll
out this
do.
way. Get a little snack.
Go over there and also like ask some people, hey, have you heard about the sermon? Do you know what this has this ever happened before? Blah blah blah, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean it happens sometimes, but not too often. It's like 2 or 3 times a year, and never during the festival.
Okay. I mean, what is it usually then?
Oh, it's normally announcing that someone important got pregnant and how it's a blessing and all of that.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Okay. Chris just looked bemused at the facts and just get on with his lunch.
So, question. Like Zigga will do some basic canvassing of like, what does Mother Argyle look like?
Sure. You get back that she is fairly short. She's in her maybe early 30s. Fairly mousy, human, and well, you'll see.
So I'm the only one who thought she was like 60 or something.
Well, you kind of got that impression. Like most nuns are. Like I got the impression she was like a matronly nun type character, but
She pictured her as a bit younger, but not like young, but like maybe like 40 kind of thing. But potentially I'm wrong, I guess.
well, and yeah, and he'll press a little further on the you'll see aspect.
Oh, that would be spoiling the surprise.
Well, I mean, she's doing a sermon, so
Yeah, and
I
you'll
mean-
see.
Are they deliberately being like everybody that we talk to is like coy about it?
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of a tradition to not spoil
Not tell
something.
people.
Yeah. Kind of a like the locals know, and they kind of in good faith kind of revel in the fact that they know, and it's a little shocking for outsiders.
Ah.
Okay.
She has enormous boobs. There you go. Explain.
I actually would not be terribly shocked if that was the surprise.
yeah, that is the most innocent version of this, I guess.
That's the innocent version.
Well, I mean, it's the most harmless version, is what I meant to say, I guess.
Oh, sure.
Lunch is quite nice. Local street food.
Too bad
Save
you're about to lose it.
normality while we have it.
The sermon is soon to begin. People are congregating outside of the temple. It's like wall-to-wall people. Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
I've liked that on Spotify. It comes up every now and then.
This somehow seemed appropriate to
Yeah.
all the discussion today.
Will you be joining the throng or trying to slip in the back?
Jeez.
That depends. How big of a lineup is there in front?
Oh, there's like 1,000 odd people easily, but the corridor is like 10 people wide.
I feel
So-
like one of us should be back in the crowd just in case shit goes awry. And maybe that should be Tulip, since she's a bit easier to spot than normal.
I personally don't have any reason to think that we need to be anywhere else in character other than just in the congregation.
I would
But
probably agree.
but I am like obviously I'm curious. Like I want to go back to the room and see if it's still there.
Bee has had enough of pushing her luck with sneaking around the church for at least this 2-day period. She doesn't have very high standards for that, but
Like so many things I would want to check in that room. Like, did the diary get moved to the next day, or the confessional? Did it get moved to the next day? Because that gives us a really strong indication of whether or not Mother Argyle's still actually in the
mean,
area.
there's probably a large number of dates on those 2 pages that it's open to.
Yeah, there's like a week per page.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like
I thought it was open, like each day was a page,
No,
and so
no,
you.
no.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just stay in the congregation then.
we get to experience Disneyland.
Okay.
Lineup.
After not too long, the front main doors are opened, and you can see the now slightly familiar main corridor. And you shuffle in with the rest of the crowd. Could you all please make perception checks?
Yes, but badly.
We are missing B. Okay. As you're all shuffling through the door, you'll never guess who's on the door.
Is it
I
Stan?
stand-
You are
And
kidding me.
and he catches Tulip's eye and is like very briefly has just a look of panicked horror of oh my god, I'm gonna get fired. But he doesn't stop you or anything, and he's like, "Go on, yeah, keep going, everyone in."
Oh no, poor Stan.
And you all shuffle in, and everything seems relatively normal. And in the main room, it's a big old circular room with room for everyone to sit around the outside of the circle. And in the middle, there's like a big dais with a lectern on it. And from the back of the room, as you are all sitting down, another big set of doors open. And from those doors comes a figure who is fairly short, fairly female, being supported by a figure on either side. And you surmise this is probably Mother Argyle. And she is so exceptionally pregnant. She is like octuplets pregnant.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we want to know what with at this point?
How big was that thing on the bed?
Roughly human-sized.
Like, okay, but what developmental stage of human? Like full-grown adult, or?
It was adult size, but not adult proportioned.
Yeah.
So yes.
Why would she be stealing babbies? Or why would... You know what, never mind, Tom, go, do your thing.
Could you please make me another perception check?
Nah.
This one is less fun than the last one.
Oh!
Good at not having fun.
Tulip.
Yes.
Get savanted on, motherfuckers.
Holy shit.
I honestly
God, I
don't
was
get
about to say
Wow.
some vile shit there. Good God.
Really?
Honestly, like
Yeah,
Tulip
I
could
don't
just
know.
take care of all of the skill checks in the game.
So the figures on either side of her are pretty robed up, and it's kind of hard to see them. But Tulip, you catch a glimpse of very pale and moist-looking flesh.
Motherfuckers.
All right. Well.
And they lead Mother Argyle to the pulpit in the center of the dais. And in an abnormally, obviously magically amplified voice, but quite soft and quite gentle, she gives a lovely and heartwarming sermon about the joys of parenthood and the struggles that come with it, but how they're all worth it, and it's an honor and a privilege and a joy to help bring someone to life and to help them grow up.
Can Tulip quietly nudge the others and let them know about the gross mottled mole people that might be under the robes?
Yes.
Okay, she's gonna do
Yes.
that quietly.
And like you guys are like kinda to the back of the group, such that there is a back. The people at the front can almost certainly see bits of them not being quite right.
Ooh, could one of us be like, I'm hard of hearing or I'm short-sighted, and see if we could like change places at the front?
Hard of hearing wouldn't work because this is being amplified to everyone.
Okay, short-sighted.
But short-sighted, you could try for that. Yes. Diplomacy would be the role.
Oh, I don't.
You don't have to be the one to try and do it.
Your
But
diplomacy
I'm the dumbest one here, and that's like such a dumb thing to do.
isn't your diplomacy like the second highest in the group?
Yeah, but oh, okay, never mind.
You know what? The church is all about helping the fellow humanoid,
Cool.
and they will help you to the front, but they will very quietly ask that you kind of duck a bit so they can still see.
Sure. Can I like have B or somebody come with me to the
B
front?
is very
Like,
short, so she probably has a plausible excuse to go with you for kind of the same reason, because she can't see over everyone else.
yeah, this is my seeing eye sister. Do you
I
have a
think we
problem with
just
that?
kind of all work our way to the front.
It's everyone that's moving aside is a little bit taken aback by this, but it's not worth interrupting anything.
Tabit like follows in their wake.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like, yes, thank you for parting.
Tabit's weaving between legs like a master.
No, it's like the idea that she looks at everyone else, waits for them to start parting the way, and like follows behind, like, yeah, stay out of the way, idiots.
You get to the front of the crowd, and it's quite clear at this point that these figures, if you were just passing by and glimpsed at them, you could mistake them for ordinary people. But they're like hunched over, and their arms are too long, and their eyes are too big, and it's weird, and no one seems to care.
Great, love it. This is fantastic.
Oh.
I don't know like how subtle detect magic or any of that like shit is, but or could Chris?
I think Zigga's is stealthy. Everyone else's is not.
Well, I was
Yeah.
just wondering if like Chris could mage hand one of their robes down so like folks could see them.
That would probably be not a great idea.
But it would be really funny.
Like pantsing them in front of the crowd almost.
Yeah. Well, like disrobing them in a
Right.
literal sense, is in their, you know,
Yes, of course.
robeless.
Yes.
Well, this session's already been like way too horny. We can't pass it on to the mole people too.
Has
Let's
it?
just-
This
Can't we?
session's been too horny?
Yeah,
Maybe
kind of.
for Amber. Amber likes the flesh tunnel.
Oh no.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Going
Just-
in the back door or what? Yeah.
No, you're just nope. Don't say it, Amber. You're just gonna dunk on yourself. Just
I want to know what it is now.
like the TLDR was, I was going to very haughtily be like, well, as somebody that has a flesh cannon, I can tell you.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Don't talk about it. Don't call it a flesh cannon.
He
No,
started-
definitely call it a flesh cannon.
Oh no.
Anywho, we're looking at mole people.
Yes, you are looking at mole people, and the sermon is continuing without a care in the world.
What is the content of the sermon so far?
Babies.
Babies and how they're good, and how being a parent is virtuous.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And like how it's difficult, but it's totally worth it.
Mm. Based on her large, rotund size, I assume that it is reasonable to assume that none of the masked people we've seen so far are Mother Argyle because of their profile.
You haven't necessarily had a particularly clear view of any of the masked people.
I guess except for the one that we faced off against on the
Except
roof.
for that one, yes.
Okay,
It would be strange if they were the same person.
right. But maybe because of magic of some sort,
Maybe.
or this is just a big fake baby bump strapped onto her belly.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. If B looks at the people nearby, does it look like any of them have been magically influenced in any way?
What would you like to use to check that?
I believe there's an actual thing.
Society, probably.
No, I think I'm remembering Pathfinder 1, actually. What is there? Okay, in this system, I guess it would actually be occultism or perception, but probably a. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think there's much actually.
You could absolutely still try with perception, but you might not necessarily
Sure.
supernatural insight into it.
I guess, yeah. So she would instead be looking for any sign of like glazed eyes or slack jaws and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Too short.
People are certainly paying attention,
Okay.
but you think it's just normal, like listening to a religious figure who you respect, kind of paying attention.
Sure. Okay.
Well, I'm content to see what happens next.
Pretty
Yeah,
much. I don't
as long
really
as
have.
no strange movements from any of them, then yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
No, the sermon eventually wraps up after probably about 45 minutes of quite a bit of reiteration, really. You know how churches be. And the misshapen fellows on either side of Mother Argyle help her back into the back rooms, and some people start shuffling out, some people stick around to chat with each other, and it goes off seemingly without a hitch.
Interesting. What's the general, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the general impression that people had of that? Like, the people who are sticking around to talk about it? What are they kind of saying?
Generally favourable. It very quickly devolves into like personal anecdotes and personal parenting tips and, well, my grandchildren, blah 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 blah.
Sure. Does it seem like any of them are remarking about how different this sermon was in any way, or does it seem like it's a pretty typical one from her?
It seems like it's pretty typical. It doesn't sound like there were any big surprises.
Okay.
Perhaps you can just put it better than most people can, and it's almost a pleasure just to hear her saying it in a way.
I see.
Like you
Fair enough.
ever watch a video essay and then a few months later you watch it again because it was just an enjoyable experience to listen to it.
I can't say I have, but I understand the feeling.
Koff has watched Joseph Anderson's Witcher videos, all 13 hours of them, like 4 times.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely understand that.
It's good background listening when I'm working. So
Right. Okay, well, she will look at the others and say, "Do we want?" It sounds kind of unsure. Do we try to follow her at all? Say we want to like thank her for the sermon or something.
Hmm.
I don't know if we would get anything out of it. And she says,
Nor do I. That's.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where to go from here.
I mean, it might be worth talking to her. Like, at this point, what do we have to lose besides our lives and dignity? Like,
"I'll see dignity." I think, unless they actually knew we were here.
I mean, Zigger already
Oh.
threw up in her flesh cannon, so
Okay.
That's true. I did contribute biomass.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
And let's not forget that he threw up because of the smell of her flesh cannon.
Could Tulip go up and talk to this lady, please?
to Mother Argyle,
Yeah.
she has been led into the bowels of the temple.
Sad face.
The bowels.
Don't take
Guys.
that too literally.
The temple's alive.
I mean, it kind of is.
Oh, that particular small room was partially alive.
So, Tulip has just said she's, like, short-sighted and everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, could we use that as an excuse to kind of, like, fumble our way around, maybe get more information?
I mean, yeah. To what end? Where are you going?
I don't know. Like, it would basically just be a wander around randomly being like, whoops, sorry, I'm kind of blind.
Everyone else chasing behind you, like Tulip. No, come back.
Yeah. I'm
Mr.
sorry, I'm
Magoo
blind
style.
and very stupid. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure.
No, I don't know if we should do that though.
I feel like that. First of all, B is going to look at Tulip and say, "You shouldn't talk about yourself like that, even if it's not true."
Yeah, even if it is true,
She's not gonna say that.
bitch.
That would be mean. And also untrue, blatantly untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Tulip's smarter than the average commoner.
Party member.
For what it's worth, like Tulip has a positive int modifier.
Which is astounding. I don't know, what do folks think?
Actually, I don't even think B has a positive int modifier. No,
We
no, she
could
doesn't.
talk to Stan, maybe. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
And B looks at Tulip with kind of a difficult to read face, and she says, "Do you think Stan wants to talk to you?"
I don't know. I think he's too scared to because he's afraid he's gonna get fired.
B seems to agree with that and says it's probably best to not let Stan know that we're poking around because he'll probably try to get us out. If I'm reading the situation correctly.
what have I? Do I have to roll like a 26 on diplomacy to like successfully seduce Stan again into like giving us information?
I'll be honest, you probably don't have to roll particularly high to seduce Stan again, as long as you don't do it while he's on the job.
Mm,
That's the problem here.
Well, maybe we can get more information out of him if I like invite him to have a drink later.
which was the original plan until he tried to do what he did.
Spice things up a little bit.
Tulip.
That's his fault. All things considered.
when he
Entirely.
when he tried to do what he did, namely Tulip.
Oh no.
I mean, he was like in a draw me like your French girls
He was.
position on a desk
Yes.
inside the church during work hours while on shift.
Yes.
So
Again,
no,
noteworthily.
yes, again, I don't think that's our fault. So
Jesus. Okay, I guess Tulip will like go to Stan and be like, "Hey, sorry I got you in trouble earlier. If you want to like hang later, just we'll be at the tavern. I'll buy you a drink."
Sure. I really can't talk to you during work.
No, we're going. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll see you there.
Okay, bye.
Oh my god.
round 2.
Fight.
Alright. That's it.
Wait,
I'm baby raging. I'm fucking baby raging.
Oh no.
Baby rage. You just don't know.
How how Tulip likes it down low, actually. So, what is the plan? Such that there is one.
I'll be honest and say I don't know.
So if we don't want to physically poke around the church right now, then I guess trying to get some more info off people is probably the best. And Stan is a good lead, all things considered. He is an insider who we have prior relations with and is relatively willing to talk. So unless we unless we kind of forcibly investigate the church, I think that's probably a good way to go.
Okay. Back to the tavern for now then?
Yep.
I think so.
Could you all please roll me perception?
Why?
We're being followed again.
Oh.
I can't see anything.
Neither can I.
Yeah, Chris, you're too busy making fun of Tulip. Zigga's been off doing something.
We're not making fun of Tulip.
No, Chris's hat fell forward in the crowd and just
Yeah,
covered his
makes
face.
sense.
And he just never fixed it.
Yeah,
for
he's just
4
walking
fucking
forward
minutes.
with a hat over his face.
I'm telling you, he's a stoner.
Zigga and Tulip.
Yes.
Once you get to about there, just in front of you, you see a familiar robe disappearing to the left.
Not again.
Oh god. Engage chase mode. Or
I
engage Metal Gear Solid mode.
I don't think that we need to chase. Honestly, like I don't think that this is an accident. I think it wants us to follow it. So I think that Zigga will partially restrain Tulip's initial impulse to chase, and just say let's just pursue it, and he'll just continue to walk at a normal pace, but change direction to follow it.
Okay, Tulip will rearrange herself to cover the back then.
Wait, what's going on?
We're
pursuing-
walking after it, not running.
You are walking after it, not running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
sweet time.
Okay. Sure. It's disappearing around corners, and it's kind of sticking to the wall pretty heavily, and where it's brushing up against the wall, it is leaving a red stain.
That's really rude of it.
Yes. And
Nobody's allowed to make any red tie jokes.
And there are still people around,
and they just don't notice this?
and no one seems to give a shit.
Oh. Is the entire town in on? Fuck. we in over our heads?
We're in Innsmouth, aren't we? This is about to get real.
We're
Right,
in
well,
Innsmouth.
did you just ask the question? Are we in over our head? My dude, yes. Since when have we not?
It's
But
Innsmouth.
This
Steps, they're all-
campaign started with us getting fucking literally fetus yeetus. Like, I think we've been in over our head the whole time.
You might have a point there.
Let's just keep after this thing. It clearly wants something, so fuck, I guess.
Don't fuck it.
Eventually, it turns off of any kind of well-maintained thoroughfare and slips down a very a very poorly maintained, like barely more than a crack in the wall, which has a number of signs around it saying "Don't go down here."
Are we really the type of people who wouldn't listen to signs like good citizens?
Oh, we're all idiots, like totally.
I cast
We would
detect
aggressively not
magic.
listen to signs. We literally just broke into the church yesterday.
Yeah, but there were
Uh,
no signs there.
David, you detect magic on the person who left down the thing, but the place itself is... Actually, no, you know what? The hole in the wall itself is humming with magic itself.
Okay. Chris will tell people this.
Humming with magic.
Humming.
We hear music. Is it boss music?
No.
Okay. Well, if I do a, it takes a minute. I guess she'll start casting Read Aura, but she'll keep walking with the others. And say, well, if we're following, that's not completely unexpected. So, are we doing this?
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Like,
Maybe they'll
fuck it,
actually want to
right?
meet with us this time.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get to the opening, and your Read Aura just about finishes, it is blaring with illusion.
Oh, amazing. What do we actually see? Is it just like a dead end kind of thing?
No, it's a hole in the wall that goes deeper in, goes down a bit.
Okay, got it. Well, she will, and the hole itself is okay. Got it. She will say, well, I don't know if what we see in there will be. She'll tell the rest of the party essentially, and she says, keep your eyes peeled, but maybe don't watch out for anything that looks strange because it might not entirely be real. I guess, possibly, maybe.
Okay.
Are you heading in?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess so.
Yep.
You go in, and it is immediately apparent as you cross the threshold that the illusion is now behind you.
Okay. So it's just a. Wait, the
This
hole
is a
was an
flat
illusion?
wall. Yep. Okay.
The path goes down and around. It's not super easy to navigate, but given you're not under too much constraint, you manage to make your way without too much trouble or need for a roll. And eventually, it opens up to a large circular chamber with a big hole in the middle.
Oh.
Oh, thank God, it's not that kind of hole.
No, it's a rocky-looking hole.
It's not a flesh tunnel. Yeah.
No. And with that, we will end because it's been like 3 hours.
Of course we will.
Rev's just like, damn it.
God damn it! I wanted to fight the fetus. I'll have
Yeah.
to wait
Wait,
whole
no.
week.
No, I don't know if I wanted to fight the fetus. That seems like a dangerous proposition.
I mean,
Just wave your wand and say fetus deletus. It's how it works in Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's just about to say, fucking David's been sitting here like yeetus, fetus, deletus, like for 3 hours now.
God.
I am persistently underestimating how long the investigation will take.
That yeah.
Well, this is
What
the
do you
thing.
fucking mean?
We don't know what's going
No,
on.
I know. It's entirely my fault that I'm underestimating that. I probably have spent
you-
too
do
much
you
time
not-
on it.
Do you not remember Sean saying, "I made this expecting it to take you half a session. We have been here 4 sessions."
That's
Like
basically.
that straight up happened.
I was expecting this map to be used at the end of the session before the one before this one.
I think
2
in general
sessions ago.
we examine things in a lot of detail.
Yes.
And a lot of time on it. And only have like I mean our discovery rate on things is pretty low, so we have to actually discover a lot of things. So yeah, it was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see what preggers
I
will
see a masked figure over here.
Yeah.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
I imagine is the masked figure preggers? Super preggers?
They're definitely waddling a little.
Oh, are they fat or?
That's the eternal question, right?
That is the eternal question. They are
Do they look
155 feet away from you, underground.
Fair enough. It is a distance. Actually, at that range, I don't even know if technically B is human, so I don't even think I have dark vision. So cannot even see. Well, I guess that's something for us to discover next time.
Yes. So you expected this to be used 2 sessions ago?
I did.
The Durdle Patrol.
Yes. Hey,
It
look,
rides again.
as long as you guys are engaged by it, I don't mind.
It's fun.
As long as you're engaged and reasonably comfortable.
Oh, it's fine.
How comfortable is reasonable?
Well, as long as you don't want to stop playing.
Ah, okay, I see. Pretty high threshold then.
Well. So, Tom, are you sure you don't have some unresolved issues you need to talk about?
Yeah, I am.
With this
I
campaign?
am.
Oh, dear.
Well, I think I'm going to drop and start streaming Psychonauts again.
Okay, I will also drop and watch you stream Psychonauts because that is really fun.
Sounds good. Have fun, you two, then.
All right. Thanks for the game, guys.
Thanks for playing.
Catch you later.
Yeah, it's
Bye,
fun.
guys.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.